What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. Your host, Edward Anderson. I want to do another stream because I went up there. I had my what I had to say. So, I want to give you all opportunity to come up here live. I want to test something out as well. So, yeah, we're doing that real quick to give y'all an opportunity to say what y'all want to say. So, yeah. I'm only going to be up here for like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then I got to get back to trying to get these videos done. So if y'all got some stuff to say, I wanted to put it here. I know Trey really tried to get me. I'm like, dude, for real? But whatever. He tried to get me twice, actually. But fine. But that's fine. Give y'all an opportunity to come up. I'm actually testing out an app. Actually, the app. I'm actually doing this camera, wirelessly from my phone. It's called Irium. With my Yeti mic. So that's what we doing right now. So if somebody want to come up and they got questions on what I had to say, I mean, at the end of the day, she answered it, but because I know when she went up there with Marty, she was talking about you're rambling, you're doing this and doing that. She tried to, we're not gonna. Marty was trying to run his play. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Archer?
Yo, man, bro. Look, bro. I'm listening to that passport thing, and I have one question for you. Because I was on Mr. Fantastic's channel the other day, and there was a guy who came up on his channel, and he had a problem with black men acting like other groups of men. And it seems like the girl who was on a Peep show has that same issue with black men operating or receiving benefits that other groups of men receive. What the fuck is up with that?
Dude, it could be a couple of things, man. One thing is she could be told to do that just to trigger a debate. The thing that pissed me off initially was the fact that there was no subscribers. The subscriber couldn't chat, so nobody could chat. Now, I wasn't going to watch it like that anyway. It was shared in my Telegram. So I said, oh, that's interesting. And I saw that before it launched, and then I noticed that. Then, she dropped the link, and then Marty went up there because I kind of shared it with him. And, I said, all right, I'll go up there. Because I wasn't going to say what I was going to say in the chat. And the thing about it is, a couple of things, like, did you see any of the video when I went up there or what?
No, I didn't see none of it when you went up there. I watched the beginning when Marty was there, and I pretty much dropped it after that. I'm not giving him time and shit.
Well, yeah, I went up there. So, because you got to be on camera to see what it come off on camera. But the thing about it is, I pretty much, they want to act like, they want to have a race talk. Because I said Passport Bros is a black thing. Like other groups, you have other folks that are sprinkling in, like, what will. But for the most part, you have, some other groups that support it. And I'm not saying it's a black thing, like it only belongs to black people. That's not what I'm saying. But because I could care less, because I'm all for all dudes traveling. But the thing is, when people attack Passport Bros, there's a reason Austin's photo was there. I'm like, if you're gonna have a Caucasian or any other race, who would be there? Who would be on that? So it was when you say Passport Bros are liars, you're not talking about other groups. You're mainly talking about black men. I mean, for real. And so you had even dudes that didn't like having that. It's not about race, not about race and feminism. I'm like, what are you talking about? So it was very interesting once I went up there because you had dudes, and I'm like, dude, and I said, brother, don't call me that. You ain't my brother. I'm like, wow. But you expect me to care about your daughters, though. I love that. And so it's kind of like, okay, you have this woman that is the head. And I'm not gonna lie, she let me talk, so I'm not gonna act like she didn't. The black man that runs the show, JR went up there and then quickly dropped down. Then you had, so meaning he was around. And then you have this Lebanese chick and these dudes up on here, and these dudes literally are trying to argue with each other. And you got one dude, and every dude that tries to do that, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, not really. I mean, Trail has some disagreements, but for the most part, a lot it's like they don't know, and so they go off of perception. So the argument is y'all let Austin Holloman be the leader of Passport Bros. I'm like, if y'all just because somebody has a social media following doesn't mean they're a leader of anything. You got dudes that got 4 or 5, like for instance, what's that Marcus Brownlee? He's got like 9-10 million YouTube subscribers. That doesn't mean he's the leader of the tech world, even though he probably has the largest tech channel. It's crazy how you could know. So then dudes start having a reputation argument. Yeah, man, it's about reputation. It's about this. Yo, black men's reputation is in the shitter anyway. That's one of the. So it's these like half-baked arguments.
The thing that gets me about the Marty or Miss Pearly things, or all of them being the representative just based off subscribers. First of all, nowhere in this space have we ever become a democracy. We are not a freaking democracy. People decide what they want to listen to based off what they're entertained by. Now, we all might say certain things that correlate with each other, but just because somebody has the biggest following does not make them a thought leader or a leader in general in the space. So, I mean, to say that Austin's some type of leader when it comes to this shit, he's not.
Well, the thing, and then it's like, so I'll play a little bit of it just so y'all can see. This is for people that want to come up and have their opinions on what happened. I mean, nothing happened. I went up there, I had a conversation, and it was what it was. I'm gonna play like when I went up there. And then it's dude, all opinions don't matter.
But you notice how she used the opposite. I did watch the beginning. In the beginning, she used the opposite talking point of what black women actually, which was ironic to me because she said these women just want you for your money, which means these women just want you for what you have built.
Well, the argument what she essentially did was she threw Asian women. She said Asian women are the biggest gold diggers. And I said I would challenge that, but again, I speak to the lane that I speak.
Well, black men are least attracted to Asian women, so
it's kind of like it's interesting. That's an interesting perspective, that she said. Like she was real. She really blanketed that when she said it too. So, but it was interesting. It was interesting, to say the least. But I didn't want to not go up there. And then Sexy Red wanted to say, "Oh, can we come up?" And I bet you she didn't show up because you had to actually show your face. Even though she said you just had to show your face, going like she wanted to come up there just to try to talk some shit. I already know what it is. I'm like, yo, man, I don't know what the fuck is your problem. Look, you got dismissed because you were being disrespectful in my chat, and I've dismissed other dudes for the same reason. I don't know why you mad. Like, the fuck. Anyway.
All right, I let him in.
To understand. Well, I heard some of what Trey said, but what I didn't get it in the title. What is it that I guess Passport Bros is lying about? Like, what is it? The idea that dudes are talking about they're looking for marriage, and that's another thing too, man. Y'all like stage presence matters. Like when you're on camera, like you gotta constantly maintain a certain look and shit. And I can't stand that shit. For wives and their sexual reason, I didn't get where's the lie.
Well, I think it was brought up mainly had a lot to do with GB's comment where he said that Passport Bros are exporting Western, promiscuity over to foreign lands where these girls are all pure and innocent.
Really? That's what the argument is. Yeah, first of all, nobody's out here talking to like now. She will later say that it was the guys that came on the Lapeef that said that they're looking for wives. They're liars because they don't want to say what it is. I said they were weak on there because they don't want to say what it really was. I mean, the thing is, black men travel for a variety of different reasons, but traditionally, most black men go overseas is either because of the military or because of their corporate work. And then, that's how they get exposed to it. Well, is it not a lot of dudes they're just getting up, or if they're going to like the DR or something,
Yeah, well, let's make one thing clear, Edward, right quick. Number one, other cultures are not our culture. There's not a blurred line between promiscuity and wife material. That's a very distinct line in other cultures. There are promiscuous women everywhere, but they know how to tell the difference. Unlike in America, you cannot go to other countries and turn their women into not wife material. those men would know the difference between the women who are wifeable and the women who are not. So to say that black men, not even black men, men in general are exporting a promiscuous culture, that's not what's happening. They don't. A group
Well,
of
yeah,
10
that's what
men
some goofy. A
traveling.
lot of these goofy dudes be saying crazy shit just to be saying it, man. Yo, appreciate salties balls with the $10, much appreciated. Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it is, just like what you all just talked about hip hop culture, black people don't control the export of hip hop culture. We don't own the music for the most part. So it's kind of like we don't have control of our culture as it's being, perpetuated because we are, we don't control America like that. I mean, all groups are under this American thing, but even outside of that, the thing that really jumped to me with this is understand if we want to have a conversation, because I heard Amira say that, fine, you can have a conversation. But the reality is, black, and I'm not trying to take it there. I'm really not. But you have to understand, black men. Oh, yeah, I went there. And it is very serious to accuse black men of doing things because the entire society tends to collapse on black men because traditionally blaming black men for everything is kind of what makes America run. So like, for instance, I forget what her name was, but she just died. And Emmett Till, this was the woman that literally got Emmett Till killed over the whistle of a white woman. And they found 16 other black boys before they even found Emmett Till. And I'm not trying to make it that serious, but understand. Yeah, and I say that because you want to have a conversation, and that's also a JR. That means something. When you sit there and say, oh, they're not looking for traditional wives, they're running for something. People can hear that and think a certain way. That's not just something to just throw out, like, for real. And I'm not saying
it makes it a dangerous environment.
I am not here to say that there is no critique that you cannot have. I'm not here to say that. But what I am to say is make sure you're more certain. You ain't got to be surgical, but you can't just. Let's go. Watch. There is no other race that black men travel the least. We want to talk about statistics. Let's talk statistics.
Well, passport bros aren't only. I'm sorry. Just I wanted to answer your question because you did ask me, and I wasn't here because I had to step off.
Check this out, Chris.
What the problem was that I had seen, but like I said, me and Trey already spoke about it. I get it now. But what the problem was I see that if you look online, the majority that I've seen of the passport bros saying, we're going to go out, we're going to get a wife in a different country. We're going to do this because they're traditional, they're feminine, they're so on and so forth. But what I've seen, especially you look around, you see that they're going there, enjoying the women, coming back. They're not getting married. So basically, it's just sex, really. And that's okay.
Passport bros have been saying don't bring them home. That's like one of the standard things of it. That's not new. Like, that's what I'm saying. That right there indicates to me how much you know or what you've been watching. Any passport, there is not a single passport bro channel. BGS is like the only nigga really pushing the, like, if some dudes gonna have to bring some of these chicks back, not because they have to, but don't tell them not to. Just tell them to be really, really ready, because some dudes are not gonna be able to live overseas. And by the way, Art New Styles' wife is Brazilian, so we have dudes here that have done that. Now, is that something we recommend? No. Why? Because you're not gonna hold me accountable for your goofy ass choices. That's why I'm not. That's a personal decision you need to make. You know what the risk, you do it at your own risk. But let me keep going.
There's nothing wrong with that, is what I was saying. But Trey said that that's not the majority of them. He says that these are just the younger generation, basically tagging themselves as passport bros because they're just enjoying
any iteration of black men traveling. Because technically, it's a guy that actually came up with the hashtag. His name is King Sigma. He's actually a friend of mine. He comes out of the black manosphere, but people forget that. But even going all the way back to Al Grease, which is not passport bros, but they talk about Frustrated, who inspired a lot of black men to travel. Al Grease was Frustrated documentary. Charles Tyler, rest in peace. Black men are diverse. There are guys that they're looking forward to relationships that can lead to marriage, but a lot of those guys were older men, and those guys already did their time. They already raised kids, and they say, I'm not about to go in another round of being a stepfather. I'm about to actually do something for me. So they already raised kids, they're already married, they have kids, so this awkwardness, that's not in there. And then as you saw, I'm 36. So as you saw, like, let's say the middle generation versus like Austin, who's 23, which that's what's relatively new. The middle generation, we're more trying to get black men as to the awareness, because we travel less than anybody else in this country. Like, traditionally, Americans don't travel in general.
Right.
Only before Trump got elected, because the number jumped after that. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying it was like 20%. So 1 in 5, regardless of race. Black people were at the bottom of that. And what a lot of people don't talk about is our women actually travel more than the men. Black women beat us by a couple of points when it comes to traveling, versus black men are the ones that typically are homebodies staying at home. It's against whatever. It's just not in our culture to do so.
They're working, building and stuff.
There's some dudes. Like, even then, like, this argument of just working and building, like, that's. I'm not saying black men don't do that, but that's not a reason they don't travel. What do you think about this so far, Chris?
Yo, what's up? You get me?
Yeah,
man. First off, I'm trying to figure out her argument, and I'm trying to see where she's saying that passport bros are liars, that we've been lying some type of way, because all I'm hearing right now is I don't know. To me, it almost sounds like clout. I'm like, girl,
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris. I think JR just told her, "Here's a topic. Just say
yeah, here's a
Pastor
topic.
liars,
Yeah,
just to
go
get
make.
people to call."
Yeah, same thing as
Because
MTR.
JR popped up for a hot like split second. So once I realized that's what it was, I kind of calmed down. You not calmed down because I was wild. I wasn't talking shit. I mean, I was saying, I'm like, you're Lebanese, which has 7 million people, and you're talking about like Thailand, who has like 70 something, 90. You're talking about people that have hundreds, like 100 million people countries, that they're all gold diggers, all Asians are gold diggers, and black men are not going to Asia like that. Not really. That may be a stop spot, but most black men that are traveling, whether they're on YouTube or not, are not going to Asia unless they have military experience that kind of brought them around there because the ticket's too long, the flight time's too long. It's harder. You got to stay there for a minute if you're going to be there because it makes no sense to go there. It takes a day. I've been to the Philippines. I know. It takes like 2-3 days to come off of that shit sometimes.
Yeah,
unless
they
you've
wouldn't
gone.
even be, Asian women would not even be like the biggest gold digging threat to black men anyway, because first of all, we're not dating them in that high of a number. And the brothers who are out there usually, we're not even known for being like the biggest quote unquote tricks or anything like that. That's usually when they start messing with white boys and all these other dudes who throwing all this money at them. Like, that's not even usually how we get down with Asian women. So again, I don't know what the hell Amir is talking about. I'm just getting in. I just saw you pop up because I saw this live pop up on my thumbnail. And I just was like, oh my God, whatever. I'll probably hear about it later. But apparently she got something to say about Passport Bros, and I'm just like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, it is a clout job.
Yeah,
And the thing about
move,
it, and the thing about it is, the thing that really made me do a video about it was because I did a video before where I was wild. That video, I'm gonna leave that video up for a day, and then I'm putting that to the Patreon. I did this, so I didn't want y'all to be like, I removed it, because I stand by what I said there. Because the main issue there is she had it on subscribership. So apparently JR had it on subscribers only. So it's like you're saying Passport was liars. People can't really comment in the chat. Okay, I guess that got changed. And then when I saw the link was up, Marty went up there at first. And I said, okay, I'll go up there, rather than doing a video and then not asking myself. And then we did this is that conversation. I understand they were talking for like an hour before I even came up there. So this is just it's almost like, okay, I'm employed. Now she did say multiple times she do believe Passport Bros are liars, but I'm like, you believe this based on ignorance of information. Now, I could care less about what you think, but just understand that when Anton's gone, Anton's like bigging up traveling, and then all of a sudden this is the topic you have when Anton's not there. That's interesting. How that works. When I know a lot of them are running a baby mama operation as far as a lot of their audience.
Baby mama club, bro.
You know what else is interesting? I believe this morning, I think Anton made a full declaration and posted. So just so happens that he posted that he is no longer affiliated with like Lapeef.
Yeah, because he's moving. He's moving on.
He officially posted that this morning, and now all of a sudden it's just like, because this whole, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but this whole Pearl thing just destabilized so much, and now everybody's like trying to reshift and reshape things. And
no, actually, it helped. Actually, it helped a lot. Actually.
No, I'm not in a bad way.
I do want Chris to get it out.
No, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that it just kind of took the veil off a lot of things. And now it's just like, so now people are doing silly stuff. Like I said earlier, MTR and Melanie King trying to make, look at us, we acting silly on like, yo, ain't nobody paying attention, y'all. You know what I mean? Because
the thing about
clout, bro, I just see this clout. I'm gonna land the plane and just say that all I see.
Let me know when I can speak. Also,
is that a lot of people? It just looks like people reaching for clout. You can go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No,
bro.
You're right. You're right. I mean, the thing about Anton is Anton's personal channel was always higher than a Lapeef. So you're starting to see, okay, the Lapeef was more JR's thing, because that's JR Jr., Lapeef Jr., and Anton was there. They did it together, and then it's like they're breaking away, which I find interesting, given, if you had, I don't know what the machinations of that stuff behind the scenes as to why Courtney left and stuff like that, but I know Anton has his Millionaire Morning Show, his channel. He has another channel, right? I don't, so it's kind of like, okay, the disassociation like that official, I don't know. Maybe it's just, agree to disagree. But this is like one of the first videos to come up after that. And it's like, this is what you do. And it's like, we're like in the middle of Sunday and we're having it's like, you want to have a real conversation, let's have it. And I was annoyed because I didn't think they were going to do that. I thought she was just going to start spitting out some bullshit and not have nobody say nothing. And people said something, and Marty did, I did. She tried to shut Marty down early, because Marty was really going in. So I took a more good cop approach. but you had other black dudes that they talking from ignorance. Again, know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
I do have a question though. Like, where is the chick at the top from? Exalted? Is that her
She's
name?
Lebanese.
Exalted?
You talk about Amira? She's
I can't.
Lebanese.
It look like her name said Exiled or Exalted.
It's she's Lebanese.
So a Lebanese woman,
And apparently she's married to a Lebanese dude, which that was another thing. Which it is what it is. But
no. I mean, like, so I'm confused because like having this conversation with
it's like an
Lebanese
employee
woman
being told by JR to do it. That's what I think. Now she had her own views, but it's like, do this topic. Let's see what happens. It's I took it more seriously than what it needed to be. But anyway, let me keep going. Let me keep going. They're building, but that's not why they don't travel. That's not, nobody travels because they're just running away from something. And most of the guys that do travel are not expats. Here's my point. My point is black men want to be with black women. Kevin Samuels proved that with how many dudes actually rallied behind him. However, if it's a decision of having children, getting what you want in a relationship per the value you put into one, then black men are looking for other things like intercultural dating. This goes into why we tend to go to certain Latin American countries. The Asian thing, there's an answer for that. But my point is black men travel for a variety of reasons. Like there's a dude, take Austin, for example. Austin could travel right now because he's in his 20s and he's just living his best life. And then when he gets in his 30s, he may switch. Just like men in general tend to get more serious down the line as they get older. But
that's what Trey said. That's what Trey was saying.
Yeah,
he was saying that the younger would start.
But everybody knows this. It's only with black men this becomes a problem. Every culture. I'm saying
not every passport bro is a problem.
Not every culture. Yeah, but that's new. And that's what she kept saying. Every like no. Then why didn't you like you show me, anybody shows me a fucking thumbnail this of any other group talking about Passport Bro. Yes, I see that there's white dudes that support it, commenters, they claim it cool. Like I've seen that for Valuetainment, and I appreciate that, because that they help shut a lot of that heat down. But I don't see a non-black channel talk about Passport Bro like that, other than the Art of Will. That's like the only one. I don't even know if he has a YouTube channel. So when people push back against that, it's like you put Austin in the thumbnail. Like y'all did that. Did you really expect nothing but non-black men to come up on there?
I mean,
what are we talking about?
I mean, God, honestly, I mean, they are like passport channels with other men, but it's not necessarily called
They're not
passport.
But they don't say Passport Bro. Even when you look at the TikToks, when you look at yes, of course, there's other passport channels. But when you look at TikToks of white men being jumped on, because they're dealing with Asian women, that's not really in the Passport Bro algorithm. That's not being labeled that. That's something else. Because white men have been traveling. It's not that big of a deal. What it is now. Anyway, let me keep going real quick. Now.
It's not a race thing.
Can I tag team on what you're saying?
And they keep saying it's not a race thing. Yes, it is. Stop. Because you show me a white dude with a white panel, you asking these same questions. Passport Bro's been associated with black men. That's relatively new that you've had other people associated with it. I appreciate that. I don't think it just should be black men, but in the beginning it wasn't created by black men. So when people are saying it, I assume they're talking about black men. That's why you never hear Passport Bros and see a non-black man thumbnail. I challenge somebody to go show me that. But,
can I pick back what you're saying, Ed, real quick before we get too far? When you brought up the whole marriage thing, and you see a lot of the queens.
The guy with the beard. Who is he? Because this is my first time seeing him.
Trey's around. Trey is cool, but Trey did try to throw some bananas in my Mario Kart a couple of times. Luckily, I know how to drive.
A lot of the B-dubs mad. You even got white women mad, Asian women.
He tried to get me twice.
Mad, West American, like the sisterhood of all shades.
Shout out to that Mario hitting $1 billion.
The melanin are coming together right now because what's happening is the stepdad pipeline is being messed up. And I coined that time way back. If anybody else says you got for me the stepdad pipeline. What's happening is you got
I don't know if he did, but I will let him have it.
Bro, that being said,
you got these dudes that were considered
bro.
Yeah.
Lame in the past. Even the younger dudes, they were considered lame. And basically, and especially in with black community, whatever that is. My dad fell victim to this. Travel, do all
black community, whatever that is.
You got to do, serve in the military. You're single in your 30s. What you're gonna do now is marry a baby mama. You're gonna marry a woman and you're gonna help take care of those kids and be a stepdad. Now these younger dudes are waking up and they're like, hell no. Dudes are even saying, I'd rather go marry a Colombian baby mama before I marry.
You literally have Steve Harvey, who just said that last week. You literally have Boyce Watkins and Dr. Umar Johnson, who have all said that. See, there's certain things that are, you gotta, the reason, like for instance,
can I just really quickly before you, I know you're gonna go in as they say, you're gonna go in, but give me one quick. G Money, thank you so much for bringing that up. G Money says if sex tourism is such a problem, why isn't she talking about wild girl trips to Jamaica? Give me a second.
Man, I doubt you gonna put that video out there. That's gonna be like a 6-minute clip.
I have a question though.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, like the first question is, so she's a Lebanese woman, so she can't even have feminism in her culture. Like literally, her country's on fire. I mean,
she co-signed that.
Did y'all see the beginning part when I first came on?
No,
yeah, I
that's
didn't.
what
I
was
didn't
gonna
play.
say.
I didn't play that part, but I did see it. Like she was saying, you're rambling.
Yeah, see, I came in hot. I lit her up.
Kicking up that dust. She was kicking up that dust, boy. What is it when you start shooting missiles and then they do those counter missiles, those little spray?
She didn't know what was going on. She started.
Hold on, Marty. I'm gonna leave that. Y'all gonna have to watch Marty's channel when Marty eventually does a Marty moment with that, because I didn't even play that on here, because y'all gonna have to either go back and watch it or y'all gonna have to watch your shit. But
she was answering questions I didn't even ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Marty was like Samuel L. Jackson. English, motherfucker, do you speak?
Nah, I mean, because like really, we really talking about some weird. I find like if all people in the world to talk to, like why her? Like having her on the equivalent is like I don't know.
So keep in mind, Lou, this is on the Lapeef. This is actually on Lapeef's channel. So apparently she's still associated with it. I know they all acted like she wasn't, because the baby mamas would get mad. It was like, but she still operates with them. Like, so because it's on their channel, 90,000 subs. This video that we went up there so this is the first time you saw Edward Anderson on the Lapeef network, technically. That's what that was. Oh, yeah. This is not Amira's channel where she just talking crap. And then it was on technically the way one of their older style thumbnails, the way they do it. So technically JR was in the background running it. Because he came up for a hot.
This was set up, bro. This was.
How did you even get that to even happen like that?
I ain't afraid of the conversation. I took it as an opportunity to have it, But at the same time, I said, shit. The point that I wanted to communicate on there, that stuff is a lot deeper than you're making it. You're asking like questions where a key. What is in Doctor Strange? You're looking through stuff in a keyhole. Like you had different. Like for instance, we were pretty different. Like me, Trey, and Marty. We have different mentalities. Like Marty's much more amenable to fully living overseas. I'm more of a travel in, travel out. You see with Trey. Trey is on that. What is a black community? What is that? And he'll later on say that racism is a feminist construct. I'm like, what? Okay. And then like it gets good. It gets good, man. And Marty start taking that shit to the head eventually.
Yeah, I just let y'all go.
Well, my argument too is, I believe black women. I'm for black people travel. You ever heard any passport person say, "Well, women shouldn't travel"? Like I've literally bought some of my younger cousins that are females passports. Like 3 of them to 2 of the brothers. That's who came up to be 18. That's who got 18 first, guys.
But women can't travel like men. You know that women cannot do the same thing.
What are you talking about? What do you mean they can't travel like men?
Meaning men can travel by themselves. They can go to different countries and have sex with AIDS. Women cannot do that. Well, they're not supposed to. They have been doing that. I've seen it, but we shouldn't be doing that.
Like Amira milk bottles have been going over there since like.
There's certain places women can't go, but black women can go in the black diaspora, which is Africa, the Caribbean, because they do. They didn't like that black shit. I'm like, yo, I'm not saying like black, but I'm saying like
blackity black.
Your Arthur Wills situation is the same as like what I'm talking about. It's a different situation. It's like me saying America versus Europe, where y'all are both West, y'all both have liberal democracy. Yeah, but they got a lot more fucking socialism to work with than what the fuck we got over here. Like they got free healthcare. We don't have. Like, you see what I'm saying? So what are y'all talking? But they making it watch, and they following behind white women. Any sex tourism spot that you see black women in, a white woman paved the way for that. Whether it's
no, but what I'm saying, it's not about.
You keep saying it's not about race. I'm not saying this from a racial standpoint. I'm saying it as a matter of fact. And what is funny, and I understand, looking back at it, she's gotten a lot of heat about race, because that's how the black women came at her, like Courtney. But I say it as a matter of fact. I'm not being disrespectful. You heard me say that I think it's a good thing that other groups are claiming passport thing. I said it here. I didn't hesitate. I didn't say it when she said something. So anyway. Talking about the danger factor?
Yeah, the danger. I'm not talking about race. It's not all about race here. I mean,
it's like, and that's that conservative shit. It's not all about race. It's all about race. Yo.
Well, she did say the majority of passport bros are black. And I'm like, black people, black men don't even have passports.
And she also said Asian women are gold diggers, are the most gold diggers. That's what she said before anybody got up. So it's like, you can have that when you want to have it, but you don't. And I wasn't weaponizing it against her. It's your sensitivity to that. Because my thing is, you're Lebanese. Yo, like, you from a ethnic, national standpoint, when you understand, like, Lebanon's geographical location, they gotta be on point. Because of how they're geographically, and they're like 6 million. And obviously, you have a diaspora, we'll add another 2 to that. My point is, you being Middle Eastern, because remember when I said something about Dearborn, Michigan, she understood what that was real quick. And so my thing about it is I'm saying these things as a matter of fact. You're the one talking about it all. I didn't make it about race, but I'm saying what the facts are. The fact of the matter is black women look to white women for these spots. Any spot that a black woman has been to, sex tourism, the white women were there before because they've been doing it for longer. That's a matter of fact. It's not nothing against white women. That's just what it is. Just like how, anyway.
Maybe for you it is, but for me,
well, I'm talking about. And she said for me it's right. No, it's not. The reason I say this is because I'm giving a historical context. It's different cultures. Like even though there's similarities, we all come out of even within the black community. You have Southern culture because I'm in North Carolina, but I'm from Chicago. You have West Coast culture. So I'm think with more a cultural thing versus a racial thing. But even within that, even amongst the genders, black women operate under a different culture standard than black men operate under. This is why for them and this stuff matters, by the way, because this is how you know the context of what you're talking about. Versus we're just saying stuff out there. So anyway, travel and they have an issue like they have these girls trips. They have this sister, even girls trips of women that are married. Yet with men, it's this argument of you're abandoning the black family even though you don't have children. Now it doesn't ever get talked about how a lot of black men are helping to take care of their elder relatives, like their mother, their father, their grandparents. It's about how are you taking care of these kids that you did not make. And the truth is, again, a lot of guys, most guys that travel, at least black men, they have already done their time doing that. They're like usually in their late 30s, early 40s, and then that's what it is. But the point is, the women do travel. So regardless of the danger factor, they do it. They've been doing it, and at least in the places that they go, they believe they're safe because they do traveling.
They believe that exactly, but they're not, and that's the problem. Especially, I'm not going into that.
But the thing is, the argument is okay. They're not safe, but that's not like I don't know what does
they still traveling.
Yeah, like are you? These bitches are getting BBLs. That
and dying.
And dying
off the table
and still getting them.
It got to the point where hotels had to say, "Look, we're not an outhouse for that shit. That's not what we do." In the plane said, "We're not putting seats for that." Like, no, somebody send an email and make that shit public because we got too many doing that.
Mr. Justin Idea, welcome in, Mr. Justin Idea. Do you have anything that you want to say?
How you doing, Amir? To the panel, how y'all doing today? Y'all doing all right? Hey, immediately when I seen you on, I had to.
He's a NWD. For those that are not familiar with my acronyms, I have acronyms. He's an NWD.
What that mean?
Niggas with daughters.
Yes.
There
wow.
it is.
I need to come up with the damn thing.
The topic is amazing.
What?
The whole idea of using the term lie is just like the other gentleman said.
This is how you know he's a typical Lapeef watcher.
Very strong term, but we can break that down very easily. Yes, the older generation are the ones that generally mostly traveling because of the fact that they've done it before, they've done the marriage thing before, they have their kids already fully raised, and they're trying to have their time in the sun with peace with the woman. But the younger generation haven't. So, especially when you have somebody that's young, that's the face of this movement, so to speak, and he's only 23 years old.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm liking, y'all let me know what y'all like from Noble. GDNs. I'm thinking I'm liking GDNs too. Girl dad niggas.
Old and haven't really been married, don't have the experience of makeup and breakup, don't have the experience of how to weave and making decisions as a man in a relationship. Those are difficult things for me.
But what does that have to do with a YouTube? Like that's YouTube that got him where that is. He wasn't elected. And like let's be the record straight. Austin doesn't even claim passport bros anymore. So it's basically
anymore, sir. And anymore, sir. And I know you're trying to validate for your friends and all that good stuff, sir. But I'm talking about
Whose man is this?
This is why I don't get it. Now you see, yo, that's a good screenshot. That's a good screenshot.
What's going on, Ed?
No, but you better than me because like real talk. A lot of these dudes would have got hit physically, bro. I would have found out where you lived at and been like,
the missile's coming.
Now you gonna make us all here's these crazy red pill niggas preaching violence. He's really fucking my shit up.
The matter at hand. You have younger generations that are when you're a YouTuber, you're an influencer. You influence people's perspectives, the way they think. So how in the world you gonna come on here and say, "Oh, well, he used to do this, but he don't do this no more"? It's too late, brother.
No,
dude.
Understand, brother. You basically
please don't start that. Please don't. Hold on, bro.
No. What you said is
don't start that. You're not my brother. You're not my brother.
So let the record show that. And that makes sense when you're throwing other dudes under the bus. And also let the record show that it's all these other groups. It's all these other groups in Passport Bros. I like saying it. I feel like saying that shit. When I say let the record show, I'm saying so when I come back and get this nigga on this dumb shit, don't act like y'all didn't hear it. Because niggas be acting like replays don't exist on YouTube. That's what that means. We're not in court. Niggas always are in court. What did Ice Cube say? I was born guilty. Goddamn right. But it always comes back to black men. I got a question. Show me what other race of guy have you seen that's traveled this young? Hey, yo, by the way, y'all got to check out that pink. Like, y'all can say I'm SBN for promoting the female fucking. Y'all got to check out that Pink Book Lessons video where the white chick, there was the judge, it was a black dude, black woman crazy, got a mother wild out. That judge literally in the video, she kept like sending people to like the back room while she was talking to that chick. You know what? I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all check the video. I'll share it on my community tab because I'm not gonna ruin the surprise.
I don't want to watch it, bro.
No, I trust. This is a funny shit that she did. Like,
for real?
Yeah, you'll like it. I promise. You'll like the punchline. Even if you fast forward, like it's like a 25-minute video, just skip to like the last 40%. So a little bit more than half.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it, man.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Because what that judge did in real time was crazy. I was like, then a lot of y'all should do that shit anyway. If you don't like what he has to say.
I can tell you that the dude that got me into it, Swoop the Nation. Him and his homeboy. I don't know if any of y'all remember. He used to be on Roosh V's blog. He was one of the mods. Swoop the Nation.
Passport Bros. Passport Bros are relatively a new thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is all Passport Bros. Just a bunch of young dudes stunting. But Swoop the Nation.
Bros is not just a bunch of young.
No, it's
all those guys.
This is that generational shit.
That's Roosh V. Man, they were hating.
The topic is. I know. I hear what you're saying. Bro.
Yeah.
It's just the topic. Like Passport Bros are liars. Not all men that travel are liars.
But so
that's why I'm bringing that up. You know,
yeah, these guys.
It may be misleading, friends.
Yeah,
but
these guys.
Nobody's not calling them total liars. It's misleading. Yeah, but it's misleading.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my choice. I have a free will. What the fuck I'm talking about?
I mean, it's meant to start a conversation, but still, that's what I'm arguing. If you want to say disingenuous, I don't even give you that, but I can understand that. The point is, Passport Bros existed before Austin Holloman. The reason Passport is just a hashtag, just like Black Lives Matter is not representative of every black person. So
and you seen what happened with that, right?
It's a hashtag though. The purpose of a hashtag is for people to click on it to find other channels to use it.
And you see what happened with that, right?
Okay,
What happened with it? What are you talking about? Like these, I can't stand these niggas. They I don't want nobody to not like me, nigga. They don't like you
anyway.
Scary.
What are you talking? You like scary ass nigga.
I can't deal with faggotry, bro. That's a faggot.
Dude, are you serious? Who said that?
That was me. I'm sorry.
You trying to blow my shit up?
My bad. I'm gonna be quiet. My bad. I'm just talking normal. My bad. I'm sorry.
He got quiet later on, though. I noticed.
Like you. By the way, if I don't keep this shit up, that's Zulu's fault. Zulu, all right, you know the F-bomb. They look, dude. I made 20.
From now on, my bad. I will make sure I never cuss again. My bad.
I finally have no strikes. So
my bad. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm just saying. And I'm doing uploads. And here's another thing. I'm doing uploads now. To see shit like, and by the way, this ain't your fault. I said F word. Obviously, it's my fault why my channel is. I'm not blaming other people for that. But what I am saying is, them niggas be taking a long time to approve my shit. And what they do, this is what YouTube is fucked up. YouTube will let me get about 1,000, 2,000 views from my loyal audience. And then it'll say, oh, now we're going to approve you for full monetization because we realize you're not cursing in this one. And then that's when I got most of my views at that point. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, hey, I do got one question to ask you, though. Like, I've been working on my YouTube, but how did you get that little picture to come up? Just one quick question.
What picture?
Like the video you got coming up. Because I'm trying to learn how to use my my YouTube. And
are you talking about for StreamYard?
Yeah. How
That's a StreamYard feature. You just gotta click on. Present.
Yeah, just
okay. I'm learning, bro. So my bad. So I just wanted to know.
I mean, it hit me in the Discord because I'll send you a quick video, whatever you're talking about, like 60 seconds of stuff like that. Gotcha. And I've done it. I've done that for Marty. So it's not like I'm trying to call you out or anything.
Oh, no.
And by the way, let the record show. And by the way, let the record show my computer is running all of this shit. So everybody talk about I got an old ass computer. You know, I got a baby boomer computer. You see all this playing, right? Just FYI.
You think our community had enough of hashtags and all that good stuff? Soon we hold on. Now, hold on. If the
Give me 1 second. Let me, Mr. Edward, let me moderate just really quickly because we have another person. You guys are going into cultural topics that.
Like, why is he so angry that you got no passport? Like, he like, damn, Nick, why you leaving, bro?
Anything to what everyone else is saying?
I mean, it was going well. I mean, it kind of smoothed out. I just didn't like the race talk, and that's kind of where I was just like, waiting to attack.
Attack what?
nigga, you know it ain't April no more. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Attack who?
No, not attack anyone in particular. It's just, you know, the whole, you know, I just don't like that white and black and all the other talks. Like, you know, like
I get it.
we're supposed to be past that. Yet
I'm sure you do.
we're still talking about that, and it's nothing anyone in particular. It's just, you know,
I love this. Mammies are dangerous. Any black woman that calls another black woman a mammy, remember what I told you. That's called another black woman a nigger lover. I want you to understand that. Look at how goofy this is. This is some femcel stuff. Black women want you to travel and get satisfied so we can be safer. Just go quietly already.
Aren't they?
I got in a fight with my friend recently about that kind of shit, and it's just like I'm so sick of hearing it. It's like it's annoying, and it kind of says a lot about another person's character, to be honest. But I'm listening and I'm enjoying the chat.
Do you think that most of the world is not about race? Do you believe that people don't really judge you on your race?
No, I think everyone does judge you on your race now because it's cool and it's hip and it's.
This nigga saying the way this nigga
what?
Like,
you serious?
Notice how my face. Notice, let the record show my face does not change,
bro. Look at everybody's face.
Bro, look at your face, bro.
Everybody in this face looking at him like, come on, bro.
To be fair to Will, even Will is like, what?
The thing, you know.
It's always been that way, no? Nintendo. It's always been that way.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, even Amira and them, like, what the fuck y'all?
It's as old as the world's oldest profession.
Look. The whole the race thing is.
Now here go Trey. Like,
it's the race thing is a feminist point. It's feminist and it's Marxist. It's the race thing, especially now, is being polarized by women to control men. If we can keep men at each other's throats, okay, cool. Because the sisterhood, you see with the whole Steven Crowder thing. Candace Owens joined up with the sisterhood just because of what?
Nigga, where are we going? He just said, "Fuck it, I'm taking this shit off road, off road in my F-150." I'm like, no.
Oh man, his wife. No, I'll tell you how all this mess ends. When all men come together and be like, you know what? Excuse my language. We're gonna go around the world. We're gonna smash females, and ain't nobody gonna tell us what to do. If these young dudes want to go out there and get their rocks off, so what? What y'all women gonna do about it? Nothing. If all men came together and said that, and dropped all this race nonsense, we wouldn't even be having this talk right now.
Well, here's the
dude, that's not
Why
black.
does race become
Shout
such a
out to
problem?
Prime VA with the $5. People really act like Austin is the only black man traveling. You can go literally any country and see American men who's married. Absolutely. I mean, shout out to Marty, who, you know, by the way, has been uploading skit videos. You know, well, not skit videos, but videos of his clips. So if you don't want to sit there and see the whole hour thing, you can see it for 10 minutes, as well as the vlog. Remember what I told you? I didn't forget you niggas in that homework. Yeah, I'm that nigga. You need to watch Marty's video of his vlog and then immediately watch a Passport Heavy video. I got the polls coming soon. I also got the nigga, the street nigga Infinity Stones and the nigga bitch. So I got all of the Infinity Stones. I had to find the pictures of a black woman with Infinity Stones. I got Monica Rambeau as well. So
hey Ed.
Yeah.
Did you do a video yet of what Tariq was saying about that lame dudes?
That's something that's not time sensitive, so I'm gonna deal with that later because that's a Tariq thing. So
okay,
you know, I'm gonna deal, no, you didn't miss it. I mean, that's not even Tariq is saying what he's saying, you know, because that keeps him off the gender topic. Shout out to Jada as stated. Can't we just get along? Like, absolutely. And shout out to Jay. He's definitely been supporting like a mug. Much appreciated. And y'all killing me with that Sunday late night stream. I'm sure, you know, Roger and Black in effect, like, nigga, you couldn't do a show of the week, but you can show up on this bitch at 2:00 in the morning. Yes, I can. I do what I do when I'm inspired.
Like what
you said, I was inspired with this bullshit today.
The argument that I'm having, because I acknowledge that Passport Bros started with certain folks, and there's other folks that came into the hashtag, and I just said that Passport Bros is a hashtag for everyone, and I saw that as a very good thing. I said that. You know, I saw Arter Will when you went on Melanie King and all of that good stuff. My thing is, when I look at these channels, I do see people here and there mentioning Passport Bros.
Yeah, I told you. I saw him. You know, saw the checking when he checked that. She didn't like that shit.
Non-black people in a very positive light, so that is appreciated.
I don't like the fact she ran to the light-skinned nigga, MTR. You're not making light-skinned niggas look good.
And hashtag everybody. My argument is, if you look at a YouTuber that has influence, where is the non-black? That's what I'm saying. Because the argument that I hear is when you hear Passport Bros, that's why it's called. That's where the bros part comes in. You know, I see it as
to remind you motherfuckers
attack on a specific group. Because I don't see other YouTubers, like, and that's why I said with the thumbnail.
He has a point, though. He has a point.
Never thought of it that way.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people collapse on it.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like that's a lot of black women hating on black men that they couldn't get because of whatever hypothetical or whatever the scenario may be, and they're mad because those black men are going to other women and breeding with other women.
But the thing is, it's funny because I'm actually starting to see.
Did you say breeding with other women?
Yeah, now notice how I redirected that because I'm not in the business of, oh, when there's white man, look at how he coons it up. Now Jason Black got me on the shit. Look,
You see other groups say,
you see how I redirect
say the same thing. Like I've literally seen, TikToks of Asian women and white men where it'd be a white woman saying the same stuff that black women will say about black men as far as white are going over there, and then they'll say, "Oh, this." So it's not just this is about.
Notice how yeah, I see that too. Exactly.
Leverage. At the end of the day, men we're all Americans. We have a right to pursuit of happiness. And the argument is we have this debt. And let's be very clear here. This isn't like you can frame it as an American thing. You start like they said the red pill is being watched by the FBI.
I'm at 1.5 playback speed. That's why it's so
and all of that. That's not one group. And so the argument is that men have this obligation of women, and women don't have an obligation of men. That's the problem in the United States of America.
Hold on, somebody's mic is freezing up. I don't know who that is. Do you hear it? Do you hear it too, Edward? When you speak?
Yeah, I hear it. So I hear it. So my argument that I'm saying is I'm for everybody traveling. That includes women. And this argument that women need a chaperone, well, you know what? There's plenty of channels that have women and men husbands traveling.
That's the white dude.
He's making goofy
so my
faces.
thing is, if you want a man, go get one. Because remember, there's more black
name 10 books, please. I'm muting you for a reason because whenever people are talking, your microphone, I don't know what's going on with it. Name 10 books.
Yeah, and I'll keep it short. But my argument is we have these
I lied. I mean, I've already been
arguments about we have to travel in order to we have to be looking for marriage and this and that, and that's what people are saying. I don't know any notable YouTuber that's a passport bro, regardless of race, that actually is saying I'm traveling for the purpose of getting married. Now, do they say they're traveling for sex tourism? No, but they don't say that they're traveling for the purposes of finding a wife. Now,
well, typically what I've seen, Edward.
Watch this.
Can I respond to you? Because I know if I let you go, you're just like Marty. It's going to be
they shot.
What a shot, bro?
She saw what I did to her in the beginning.
Marty came with that 12 gauge, that Sega 12K.
Oh, I gotta go back to it.
When I see the passport bro ideology being mentioned, the reason why passport
Marty came with that New York edit. She's like, oh,
bro say what they do is because the women here are not traditional, not feminine, not ladylike. They're fat, they're masculine. I already said not feminine. You understand the reasons behind it. So if the women are traditional and so on, then why would you go there just to treat them as any other American woman and bang them, as Trey said, go smash them, and then come back here? You know what I mean?
Well,
you treat them like a traditional woman.
Two things can be true at the same time. I mean, the thing about it is men didn't have sex. Men didn't have sex. They didn't sex.
What I wanted to say is men didn't fuck these bitches in the feminism. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how much we could curse on here.
Women in the feminism. That's what that sounds like to me. That like the men did this, and feminism is a reaction. The reaction, just like how other groups, like let's. Okay, cool. But what I'm saying is, other groups globally, when they go to other places, like even places that traditionally have traditional. I've literally
she didn't like this shit. Watch this.
Really heard dudes say that they have sex with other groups of women in order to not run the body count of their own women in the United States. Like that's a tactic.
I've never seen that.
I have. Dearborn, Michigan. I've seen it. I've heard it for directly. So my point is, people globally remember America.
Wait, Dearborn is Arab.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Dearborn is all
Well,
Arab.
that's one place, but I've seen that, in a lot of different places. And so my point is, people travel traditionally for a variety of different reasons. Americans travel the least. So this idea.
Go ask them; they'll tell you.
Oh, bro, like she said, like the way she said, like, oh, that's Arab.
No, you don't believe me? Go, and the truth is, you're Lebanese. You're not Arab. So just I don't blanket all of y'all in the same thing. So, but ask them; they won't lie about it. Especially to another person like that, they won't lie about it.
Same thing with Hasidic Jews.
It's not something that they're ashamed about. And I didn't want to put black women out there by saying that they're fucking black women, like because black women are allowing themselves to be fucked in a broom closet because they won't tell you that.
Yep.
Like understand, like
well, the women are good here. Like for instance, in Europe, the paternity.
No, these Arabs are just so conservative. They're not fucking. That's a lie.
Dubai, anybody?
Well, fuck that. I'm talking about in the United States.
Oh,
this
yeah,
idea, no, they're just being traditional. They're just waiting for a good Arab wife. No, they run up black women, and then when they ready, and it's known. It's not like a man. The women know it too. This is a part like
their culture believes. Their culture believes if they're not Islamic, they're fair game. That's why what's his name from Fresh and Fit talks the way he talks.
Yeah, shout out to Black Mind. He's our Muslim subject matter expert. Yeah, for real. Exactly. When he says single mothers are for recreational use. And notice how casually he says that. Mm-hmm. He says that like 1 + 1 is 2. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they get mad, but he still says that. And so I've heard this. Anyway, before I keep going, what are some of y'all thoughts? I know y'all not here to hear me fucking just
I mean,
finally. Okay, let somebody go first. I'm like,
well, man, all right, I'm gonna get in just real quick because I'm still trying to understand where Amira's trying to come from. It sounds like she's trying to make the argument that we're traveling overseas and turning these beautiful docile patriarchal women, we're turning them out in all out holes or something like that. Like we're making these women, you know what I mean, some type of sluts, and it's just like, now wait a minute, like you're trying to blame.
She tried to. Yeah, she tried to do that initially because before everybody was on, it was literally just me and then Trey, the MBD, was on. And then I wasn't like yelling at her, but I nailed her feet to the cross. Yeah. I don't want to say exactly what I said, but she was answering questions I didn't even ask her. She was so confused.
Like she was and the thing is, what it was, it's kind of like if you about to cross somebody up, and it's like you gotta move it left to the right, but you ain't got the the money shot yet. She was trying to hold it, and she was trying to, like I said, she was trying to throw up them counter missiles, and like I said, man, she pulled people up. So I'm gonna give her credit for that. They had a conversation. If this would have been anybody else, this would have been like massively insults. All this bullshit. So it is what it is. That's why I wanted to come back and do this, because I didn't want y'all to kind of think, okay, I'm saying that, and then I hide the video or something. I want y'all we're going to have a conversation of what happened. That way people have that.
Brother, like the Nordic countries, Sweden and them, they have higher numbers than we have here. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Talking about the paternity fraud.
Dudes, when they're in their 20s, what do we hear? Boys will be boys. That's always cool until the brothers do it. Now all of a sudden we have to have a committee hearing. But
look at the look on the face of Mr. Just having an idea, like this light-skinned motherfucker.
Can I ask
I'll tell you why it is.
Oh, pause that shit again. He really do have that Mr. Screw face. Like, why that nigga free, bro? Like, look at his face. That face is a man. Like, why that nigga free look, bro?
Yeah. Because
somebody else
tied down. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Go ahead.
The younger cast decided to flex with it, man. They decided, okay, we're gonna put it on the internet. You got young dude.
Like black men are not the only one putting this shit on the internet. That's what
went viral with a cat in Cartagena in the walled city talking to freaking perfect pros up there. Oh man, look at these beautiful Venezuelan women. Man, you talking to pros, and you got a video that's going viral. Every dude that travels that has some sense, every OG that been in this game, like, dude, why are you up there flexing because you're talking to a pro? Of course she's gonna stop and talk to you. She's trying to get paid that night.
Black men have the same mentality when they interact with dating in the United States too. Don't be loud about it because other groups are gonna get angry in the United States.
It's not angry.
To be fine. No, I'm just saying.
Men get mad. Men get mad because now here's the deal, bro. You blowing up the spot, and dudes that do this, dudes go over there, and because of these dudes putting stuff on the internet, it's blowing up the spot. Then they gas it. Hold up, bro. Hold up.
What he's saying is, you got these lame ass niggas that don't get pussy here, and they go crazy. They're certain when they get pussy over there, so they start putting it on the internet, like blah blah blah, blowing up the spot. No, the purpose of dudes basically doing the YouTube thing and sharing videos, other than them making their own money and stuff, is to build awareness. Like the fact that niggas can't understand that, like what a lot of people don't understand with that is that information flow is what actually keeps a lot. Now, me personally, would I rather you have a background way of doing it? Sure, that'd be cool. But we don't have that, so we have to use what we have. YouTube has an algorithm, TikTok has an algorithm, and we use that as a free flow of information. That's the same thing with the stepfather situation. And it's kind of like niggas keep saying, like, the truth is these dudes are not judging you off of what other dudes did like that. It's not.
You know why he's mad like that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why he's mad like that is because he believes what the women believe. Black women believe.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. No, he has some interesting opinions.
Hold on.
To be fair to Trey,
what I mean by this is, like, I was watching this when you was on there. He was saying, "Oh well, if they see you lame here, then they see you lame over there." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he eventually will say that.
He really believes that, and so when he sees other guys that are considered quote unquote lame, let's keep it real, to black women, and they're winning. You know, that messes
Well,
up
notice how he falls back on it. That's the thing that kills me. Like when he starts talking, he gets in a flow. He falls back to those traditional attitudes, and that's what I'm talking about.
Overspend.
Even though he will say some hardcore red pill shit, I won't even say, like, man, fuck these word beats.
Right.
So what happens is the local economy, now the locals got to pay more. Now the OGs got to pay more. I hate my wife back home. I used to come over here for this trip, enjoy myself. Man, I used to pay $100. Now I got to pay $250 because Poop don't know how to daggone keep his wallet right. And I'm not saying, I'm just keeping it a buck. And anybody in the chat can get mad all they want. If they want to be a Puritan, they can get mad. But this is how the game goes down overseas. Marty can back me up.
Everybody, like the sex tour first, and see, this is the problem. The sex tourism market, if you really want to talk from a perspective of sex tourism, black men are known to be the
cheapest.
Exactly.
That's the problem with black men. If you actually deal in the sex tourism market, it's two things: black men try to fuck too long, and black men don't pay. And what black men try to do is fuck a bitch and keep getting free pussy. So he say, look, man, I'm gonna pay the bitch a couple times, fuck her good a couple times, and then she gonna take me out for real. That's like, now, do everybody know? Another thing is Nigerians traditionally spend a lot of money, mainly in Africa, but in other places. So it's this argument that like they throw a lot of money around. I've seen it's known. You know, they like, as far as the blacks, if you fuck with anybody, they're the ones you want to mess with because they will let the money go. Versus African Americans try to be on the cheap. So on the one hand, it's these lame, broke dudes that are sex crazed. But on the other hand, it's that they're overspending with money. It's kind of like,
which one is it?
There's about 70,000 Americans in Brazil. They're almost like 2%, 3% of that is black. Like,
bro, what's it got to do with race?
No, my point is, it's not that many. You keep saying, what does it have to do with race? So this whole thing,
it's like he keep lying. It's like he's like he'll literally say black men. We'll say black men in this one incident, then you'll say, okay, cool, you break
exactly. It down. Like if you notice,
we'll be like, why is it black though, bro? I'm like, bro, you just said it.
Yeah, it's like when he gets into a flow, you know who he's talking about. Like you're not talking. What you described is not Asian and it's not white. Because white dudes can go off their whiteness for the most part, unless they're trying to get the creme de la creme. Then there's a high end escort market for that. Of like international women, just like how you see dudes travel. They're not really escorts, but they do it. Just like how you see women going to Dubai and stuff. There's a market for that if you're in the class to deal with that. But a lot of white dudes go over there in the strength of their whiteness. So they don't need to do all of that. See, that shine shit is shit black men do. So it's like you want to talk about black men, but not call it black. But when I respond, now why are we talking about race?
And that's what I'm saying. Like Trey, he can't get away from the fact that it's just like, bro, anything passport related is gonna be thrown at the feet of black men first. Obviously, we're doing this from JR's platform, whatever. You throwing a mirror out here as meat. So don't try to act like, why's it gotta be black, bro? You know why? Because they trying to put our face to anything related to anything.
Yeah, I don't see them putting up a whole bunch of white dudes, brother.
Yeah. Who's flexing? Who's flexing, bro?
So you remember the other one. What you just said was that it's the men. You're not talking about black men spending more,
bro.
Like,
I'm talking, yeah,
exactly. So
okay.
I'm saying this nigga. I mean, this gotta be some bitchery at this point.
Like, dude, I'm not saying, like, I'm not calling him.
You can't be this stupid, bro.
I'm not calling him. No, he has these conservative views, man.
They are
okay. Then, so we're talking about a specific group of men doing it actually. Because that's what black men are known for. To be fair, Nigerians are known to do that too. But and the truth is, overseas, you got a couple of dudes.
Like, I'm not just saying this shit now.
Internet on world. So the reality is, when you look at general YouTube, like the passport bro thing is a very small thing in the travel community in general. There's much bigger travel channels, they do the same thing, and it's not a big deal.
Like you can look in his eyes as he walking, looking back and forth.
Everything you're bringing up. I can show you a same channel, almost 10 times larger, doing the same thing. You had and it's not a big deal. And sticking with the brothers, you had channels like Philco versus the World, which were brothers and stuff, and it's a big deal now. The reason why Austin scared a lot of people is because he was young. Because if you see dudes. All right. Yeah, go ahead. No, I get look, cutting me off. I'm not gonna have an issue with that because I know I talk. So don't feel bad.
Okay, I don't want to be rude.
No, like for y'all to act like I just run at my mouth and I don't have no control. No, like I said, she didn't feel. I didn't just take advantage of that and keep on running my mouth till she had to say something. I said,
technically, it's her channel, bro. So she.
It's funny.
No, it's not her.
No,
it's actually not her channel. It's La Peeps. It's JR's. That's why I keep saying I wouldn't have went on Amira's channel. Like, this is on a channel ran by a black dude. I want you to understand that. Yeah, that's significant.
Let me ask you.
But the black manosphere is getting all this heat for having non-black women.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask.
Bro, they have black women. They have non-black men on their shit all the time, literally, bro. Like I just got off TikTok. They literally had like white men all on this shit. It was a group full of black women had one white man on there, bro.
They be crazy.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
I was about to say, why is Jason and all these other people don't really get on the piece like that?
No, he did kind of go after Anton, but
that's because everyone kept calling up and asking him to do.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, he ain't got a personal issue with them. He got a personal issue with anybody rotating around Kevin.
No,
And
he got
Anton,
a personal issue with anybody who's not gonna kiss his ass, bro.
well,
it's the Kevin
that's that, but that's the always thing with Jason. I'm talking about like the shit
it is
that
Kevin,
really
he's
pisses
right.
him off. The Kevin shit really, because a lot of his audience still watches Kevin, and they can't stand that. That's really
Yeah,
what
he
that
knows
is.
that. He
So,
knows.
I just
so,
wanna-
let's go.
I
I
wanna-
got you.
I just want to get the rest of the panel in because everybody else has been kind of quiet.
No,
Mr.
yeah.
Just
I got a question, Amir.
yes.
Now watch this.
So some of the OGs on here that are, I can say, knowledgeable about the Passport Bros. What was the main objective in the beginning? Like, because you hear a lot of different things. One is, hey, I just want to go off and have a decent woman. You know, it doesn't matter if I get it from, because I can't get it in the States. Let me go off and get it in another country. Hey, and I'm gonna go off and pick a colored woman because, hey,
Hey, yo, this troll, dude. If you want to go through all your troll accounts, it ain't nothing for me to block you. So I mean, keep doing it. It ain't bothering me.
if I'm a black man, if I be with somebody else, it's still gonna be a black child. So it is what it is. I'm just saying that's what you hear a lot about. So I'm trying to go off and be fair and educate myself, and hopefully you educate the viewers as well on what was the real foundation and principles of the Passport.
Ain't he married? Don't
I know the
he
guys
need
have
to be figuring out what he need to be doing
Let me
though?
tell you from a woman's perspective.
I can't hear you if you saying something.
Yeah, muted.
Yeah, Eddie, you mute, bro. I can't hear you, bro. If you saying something, we can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I think he fixed.
All right,
his
no,
camera.
I meant to deal with my camera because I'm checking something, checking these cash apps. But what he just admitted is he got opinions and don't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's why
Exactly.
He's asking. But I ain't got no problem. Shout out to James Wingate for the $5. Shout out to Mr. Hunter for the $5. He says for the Coke Fund. You know, shout out, I guess, a sniffling reference. Shout out to Black Man V2 for the $25. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's keep.
Yeah, he right. He
going.
is doing his best level of dick police.
What I saw
This is like
was
dick
in the
policing
beginning,
soft.
especially on Lapeef, like in my early Lapeef days, it was something that was always brought up for marriage. We always spoke about it like, okay, the men are going to different countries to get wives. They're not looking for just fun time.
Yeah,
They want
because them Lapeef motherfuckers don't want to stand on they shit. That's what that was.
women.
They went up there. No, all we're doing is looking. We're going to get wives, yo.
That's
We're
nigga
going to
talking
get
too much.
wives because you know they was being court-martialed. Because when you get up there, it's always you gonna let the K's do all that bullshit, and then niggas like it's the same thing on that Trill on bullshit. So they didn't say what it really was.
And then later on, I see that it's more about fun or something like that. So I don't really know where the beginning or the origins is, and maybe I have been misinformed, which I don't mind saying.
But
that.
you said the niggas are liars, though. Oh, we're not talking about race.
I'm saying all y'all are child rapists and shit like that. Like this.
No,
it's
she did
wild
not say
shit,
that.
though, man.
Yeah, calling somebody that and calling somebody a liar is two different things. I like, trust me, calling somebody a bitch ass nigga and calling them those are two very. I want to be fair about that. I want to be fair, man.
That I don't mind saying if I was misinformed. Men, where did this originate?
Yeah, those guys were simping. They wanted to fuck you because they like how you look and you're the most feminine thing they've ever saw. So they went up there and they didn't want to look bad. They didn't want to say, look, I'm out here. When I go overseas, I'm doing business. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of different stuff. I'm not just, I mean, like I said, you want to check out what real niggas doing when they traveling. Not the majority, but like how you should do it. Check out Marty's clips. And I'm not just saying that to be saying that. Marty ain't paying me. You know, maybe he's paying me in a couple of these AI pictures, but he ain't really paying me.
I mean, I did see your cash up. He did slip.
Or
through
what was
the
he?
It's hard to whore out the women there because a lot of these places people are going, they
But
got red light districts.
And that's
For
what
real.
and she said that. She was like, well, just keep going. I mean, I can answer it, but I mean, I've talked a lot, so.
No American brother is alive today that can state the purpose because, like I said, it started. What is that? The Treaty of Versailles. Did end World War I? That's when this went mainstream. Modern passport.
First of all, Treaty of Versailles.
What?
Okay, it did. He's right. It did.
No, that's false.
Oh, is that too? He might be right. I'm not gonna cut him on that. The point is, Passport Bro didn't start then.
That is when it started.
If you really
That's
want to know
not
the
correct,
original Passport Bro, it'd probably be Frederick Douglass.
No, who was that guy? Who was that guy in the Bible? Who's that guy in the Bible that God
This
told not
man,
to be with
Bible.
the foreign women? But yeah,
David?
That was Solomon.
Oh,
That was King Solomon.
but he couldn't help but have lust for him.
Nigga, that is
Bro,
not the question.
That was King Solomon.
See, this is why I talk a lot.
Well, you know.
Yeah, and my man, just an idea, bro. Here's the thing, man. Brothers can talk all that nonsense out the side of their mouths that I'm going to Cambodia to find an Afro-Cambodian women. No, when dudes hit the ground, they're going for the baddest, lightest thing, smoking. They going for the good hair. They going for the most exotic.
Marty, that's a shot at you. No,
Bro, is he talking about my penis? Bro? He can't talk on my penis, bro. That's fighting words. for
No,
me, bro.
well, my thing is, yeah, you just gonna keep doing it. I mean, he's funny. Yeah, man. You saying grape? Yeah, you got like you got
Yeah,
like
Zulu.
way
Careful,
more.
bro.
You got a couple of technical fouls. You ain't you supposed to get 2 in the NBA today? Like you got like 3, man. Are you doing that on purpose, man? You didn't say rape, faggot, and
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Calling niggas bitch ass niggas. Like you do realize I'm accountable to what gets said, right? And
You
you're
know
the
what,
only
that's
one
what-
doing it.
And that's why I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna actually sit back.
This
This
nigga
time,
got
bro.
some, bro. This is why I don't drink brown liquor, man.
I'm not gonna lie to
He's
you. I
gonna
am
make it
drinking
look
liquor, bro. I am.
Okay, well then
drinking
you
liquor.
need to chill, like for real, because like now I'm pointing. I'm not pointing this out really to come down on you. I'm pointing this out that if y'all see this shit get unlisted for a second, because what I'm at, I mean, it's fine. I can download it and then beep the stuff out because I'm gonna experiment with something. Oh yeah, look at my head when he said that goofy shit. Like, look.
Who's that guy in the Bible that God told not to be with the foreign women? But yeah,
David?
That was Solomon.
Oh,
That was King Solomon.
but he couldn't help but have lust for him.
That was King Solomon.
Kind
And
of
it-
cool, you know.
Yeah, and my man, Justin idea, bro. Here's the thing, man. Brothers can talk all that nonsense out the side of their mouths that I'm going to Cambodia to find an Afro-Cambodian women. No, when dudes hit the ground, they going for the baddest, lightest thing, smoking. They going for the good hair. They going for the most exotic.
And look at how the dude in the Mr. Justin idea start shaking his head.
Bro. These dudes when they tell I'm looking for Afro-Latino exoticals, bro. These dudes when they exoticals, bro. Exoticals, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah, and my man,
Watch
Justin
this.
idea, bro. Here's the thing, man. Brothers can talk all that nonsense out the side of their mouths that I'm going to Cambodia to find an Afro-Cambodian women. No, when dudes hit the ground, they going for the baddest, lightest thing, smoking. They going for the good hair. They going for the most exoticals, bro. These dudes when they say I'm looking for Afro-Latino, man, they got it, bro.
Edward doesn't like that.
And so, my friend,
You disappointed me, Trey.
when you have that situation, and I understand that we have a lot of
Like
disgruntled.
I said, I gotta be, mindful how I'm coming across off camera. This is why I don't like showing my face. It really ain't got nothing to fucking do. Like, look at Marty. It really ain't got nothing to fucking do because you gotta be mindful of that shit. Otherwise, you'll come off looking stupid. Even in the situation with me always looking like I'm asleep. Like when I start talking, I start closing my eyes. Is that I look like I'm like, you fucking Snoopy ass nigga. Like you
You're
gotta be
thinking.
mindful. Yeah, niggas,
I do the same thing, so I know.
Yeah, niggas be like, yeah, man, shit, your voice is fucked up. You be like, they'll, you got to be mindful of that. That's why I don't like that shit. Anyway,
Men, especially black men in this country, that's trying to go off and get a fair shake properly, in a good relationship. But sometimes it comes off seeming like some of the individuals that are speaking sound like small little boys instead of grown men that can handle any situation. I'm just saying.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Can we name names?
here you go here. Name names, nigga.
Facts.
I don't do that type of stuff. I don't go over.
Hey yo, Marty is a triple N threat. Name names, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just making
No,
shit.
it's not just it's not disrespect. If we're talking about somebody's talking to
And look, Marty, his like $200,
Exactly,
$300 microphone. He ain't even talking loud. It's like he could, like it's
Yeah,
an
mic up.
authority.
we're saying name names. This is I need names.
Okay.
So name names.
I don't have none off the top of my head.
All right. So we got to talk about things that.
There you go.
No, I was trying to be. Now, this is where I kind of tried to, smoothing it out a little bit, but still, digging in. This is that good.
Spit off at the top of the head. Otherwise, just jargon. You see what I'm saying? This is.
I mean, he's communicating overall. I mean, as a marketer, I understand this. I mean, you're talking about if I ask you questions about how do you feel about a product or service that's presented to you, so I get that. But to answer the question directly,
I said I'm gonna pull you out of the deep end. I said I'm gonna pull you out of the deep end of the pool for now.
That was the purpose of it. Black men travel the least. And I get it that there's other groups in it, but the reality is because of our culture, we travel the least. And we have own, and I'm not blaming another group, by the way. We have our own internal stuff as far as how we view it. Dudes don't even
Here
go
come the white dude. Like, oh, you talking about race again. That shit funny.
from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah, they want to
North
pretend
to
race
South.
don't
So
exist.
this is not just domestic. So I have two. But my point is the purpose of it was your greatest power. The thing they cannot take away from you in America. And I'm talking about any man, any race, is your power of choice, the liberty. And the thing is, when you operate just like with cell phones, remember with cell phones, with Sprint, T-Mobile, and all them, how you used to you got a phone for free, but you was locked into a plan, and then they eventually blew that up, and they allowed for the prepaid companies to come in. So now it's created a market, with a market with different budget phones, but the technology is right up to date. It's
Are
the
you
same
comparing
thing.
women to phones, Mr. Edward?
No, I'm comparing. It's choices. It's all choices. They're all a free market. I can compare it to cars where Americans wanted to buy Ford and GMC and they didn't want to buy a Toyota, but they got tired of Ford making trash cars, except for the F-150s. That's why people still buy F-150s, and the rest of the cars they had to catch up. It's the same thing. When you don't
Mr.
give
Everett.
the people what they want, people are eventually going to look for another market. So my thing is, men, and it's not even about sexual access. Because the argument too is it's all about sexual access. No, it's not. The reality is the United States is a country, and there is the world. And as Americans, we have the strongest passport. Only Germany has a better passport than us.
Not
And so you
anymore.
have all these.
Not anymore, bro. Not anymore.
Okay, so fine. We're at least like.
Oh, who the fuck? Like,
Our
I'm a
passport
check.
is still really good.
Yeah, like who? Like other than so who the three? Okay, Germany. Who else?
Maybe Switzerland. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Switzerland,
Arabia.
but
Okay.
America's still top tier.
Yeah, it's like the
Top
three
three,
or
top.
four. Yeah, so I mean, y'all say that like, oh no, that ain't true. Like I said,
Yeah, because he lying. Because
He actually
America,
lying, bro.
we're
We
the
are
best.
really
I-
top.
I-
Top.
Like,
America-
here go America. We're the best in math. No, that'd be a lie. We're like
Yeah.
really like.
well, the reason why we're the best when it comes to passport is because we control the waterways. You see what everything
No,
is
and
going on.
my point is, we know we're up there, and I said Germany acknowledging we weren't number one. Like them niggas, they look for anything to try to get me.
We're at least like four. You gonna give me that four?
Dude, you go to other countries.
You have dudes, regardless of race, that for whatever reason you have a
Notice
bigger
I ignored their hand signal the other
pool
time.
when you're tapping the glow, and then it just becomes what you like and what you want your legacy to be like. Also, Trail, yes, a lot of brothers are dating Afro-Latina women. This is why they go to generally
Bro,
those
what is an Afro-Latina, bro? What is one, man?
Why is he acting
Sorry
stupid?
to a Dominican, man. She'll come up here right now and laugh at you talking this Afro-Latina stuff, bro. It doesn't exist. Afro-Latina is this.
Well, I'm sure she would if she's Dominican because they have a very interesting like view on their own blackness.
Yeah.
So I
they
mean, of
deny
course
they
they
black.
would do that.
I mean, they-
and by the way, Dominican Amira La Negra says she's an Afro-Latina.
Exactly.
So I don't know what New York bitches you fucking and like
He's
nigga,
dating.
you-
He's
you-
dating a
that's all
light.
he probably
He's dating a
dating.
light-skinned Dominican.
Staten
Trust
Island,
me.
bro.
Exactly.
Bro.
He's dating a
Afro-Latina-
light-
He dating
what's the bitch Safari dated?
Yeah, he's
That
dating
bitch.
Erica Mena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chick that realized that
And she's salty because Safari was with. Oh, you're a bad mother. Can you buy?
Oh,
Brothers,
now
come on,
he
it was
pulling
y'all.
Amara. You saw that?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I did see the white dude react to that shit. That's funny.
Hold
Even
on,
the
hold
one-
on, real quick, bro. Here's the deal. You got lanes, dudes. I'm not saying these dudes
This
are
is
just
what he tried to throw. This is what he tried to throw the first banana in my Mario Kart.
considered lanes in America. I wouldn't call them that, but they go to other countries. And these Afro-Latinas that were Dominican or Colombian one day realized these dudes are being played by this diaspora talk.
I got a
Okay,
question.
hold on real quick, hold on real quick. Yeah, I was.
Notice how he said there is this diaspora talk. They're being played. Like wow.
These lames come over there. All right, here's a lick coming. He's all in this blackety black stuff. All right, this is my ticket out of here. I know
What is
I
a
like.
lane? Because a lane means different
Come on,
things
bro.
in different.
Hey,
Okay,
that's deflection, Ed. Come
No,
on,
it's
man.
not.
Gentlemen,
That means
gentlemen,
different
gentlemen,
things in different.
gentlemen.
Come on, bro.
Gentlemen, please give me a minute. We have a new guest. We have a new guest of the panel. Let's let him dip his feet in the water. Hello, Mr.
Yeah,
Lee.
let me just thank you, Amira. Let me just say something real quick. I think this is a
Here, it's
I mean, he said he
Just-
was
just-
speaking facts, but
she messaged to me.
Is that a Nigerian, bro?
The
Leave my
black
daddy
women-
from below.
the black women who try to crush these guys are doing it based on their own motivations.
Everybody has slightly different reasons. Like,
No, bro.
not black. The reason I can talk from a black man's perspective. I'm not going to talk from other groups' perspective. That's
You're
not really
American,
in my
bro.
lane
You're
to do
American,
that.
bro.
Well,
You're a man, bro. It's
all-
about men and it's about Americans, bro. It ain't
Yeah,
about
oh
black.
my god, I can't
Come on,
stand
this
it. Like,
American shit.
Dude,
he
that
is
guy's
a
not
perfect-
American.
he is a perfect audience. Like that white dude under him, that's the perfect audience member with them niggas. That's like the
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Brandon
that's-
Tatum. That is the Brandon Tatum, Anthony Brian Logan audience right there.
That dude with the dad shirt, he's not American.
Huh?
The what?
The guy with the dad shirt, he's not American. What I mean by he's not FBA or ADOS.
I was
Do
wondering.
you know what he is?
No. You could tell by the way he's talking. He's first of all he's
No,
caping too.
I've heard. Oh no,
It's
I've heard.
definitely-
I mean,
No.
he did shit
Listen
on
to
Bernard
what I'm
shit.
saying because I'm around him. He gave it away when he had a Dominican wife. Let me tell you something. When they come over here, they beeline over there, and they act super conservative too. When you see those two things, trust me, he is something else.
Well,
And-
I mean, Trey
and-
is
and-
Trey
and-
is over on Bernard's a lot. So
And,
I'll
and
ask him.
I'll tell you another thing. And he's caping too hard as, I'm American.
That is kind of well. He's kind of right because most of the people who
I
don't.
don't
No,
that
hold
may
on,
be-
no,
no, I'm not saying that's not true, but I don't even I mean, yeah. I mean, it
I'm
is
in
what it
Florida, so I'm around them
Everybody-
all over. They have the same speech pattern.
has slightly different reasons. Like,
No, bro, it doesn't, bro. You a nigga from North Carolina, bro. That's all you is, bro.
Dude,
That's it.
Yo,
Man, you
stop.
nigga living in Raleigh, bro. That's it. That's it.
Like, why are you trying to make this personal?
I'm not making it personal, bro. I'm saying you sound like a straight payaso talking about, oh, this is black men, black. No, bro, this is America. This is male
What?
agency. Yeah, as soon as you sound like a clown, bro. As soon as you
like I mean, this nigga, you American, but you using Spanish, like nigga, that's not very American. Like nigga, the fuck, like.
I'm a clown. All
Here's the
the
thing.
I'm a clown.
hold on, bro. Ed, as soon as you put the race into it, the women got you. These women got you exactly. The feminists are like, yep, we got him. He could do exactly what we want. That's it. As soon as you put it in there, like I said, bro, race it cancels out all your male agency. We got men up here saying, all right, let's get together like men, and daggone hand us tell these women, cut it. It's done. Over with.
Nigga, let's be clear here. You think these white boys don't have an issue with the BBC and shit? You really trying to act like that it's just black men with our like we're 6% of the total voting population, yo. And that's if you assume every nigga can vote.
Oh,
you really trying to sit here and act like well, black men just come off the race talk, all of a sudden all men are gonna come together, like we're the ones holding up these laws and all this shit. Nigga, fucking Clarence Thomas is ready to roll back a lot of shit. What are you talking about?
And another thing I forgot, because he mentioned that Afro-Latina thing, like he tried to act like he don't know the difference in the diaspora war stuff. So you got to listen carefully.
He's not from here though, because
I mean, I don't even look. We can. That's something that we can visit that later. I don't know. I mean, I'm not. It's not really. I get it. That's something that I didn't see, so that's cool. But
you got to ask that question.
Well, I mean, that kind of gets in the way. Well, what it does, hold on, because it slows the argument down. I mean, like it is what it is.
No, but black men, we get hated on because we travel. And guess what? Don't go overseas talking about I'm black.
No, dude, I don't care.
Yeah,
so if you don't say you're black, they won't.
American, bro, blue passport. That's the rules today, bro.
Let me know when you're.
Can I be Hurricane tonight? Can I be you tonight, Ed? Can I go on and on and on? Can I play your role, homie? I'm just saying.
Let's give him a chance to respond. Sorry, Edward.
You got a lot of dudes that are uncomfortable about the race talk. I'm not. I'll say what it is. And just going back to what Amira was talking about too, as far as why did those guys lie to you? Because they're weak. See, they didn't want to say it direct. This is what it is. This is what the situation is. This is why we're doing what we're doing. What they did was they sold a line. It, by the way, had nothing to do with race. They sold this line and we need to find wives because I don't want to say that I'm just out here. I'm doing me. Black women are allowed to do this. I'm not talking. Yeah, that's true too. But they did, and so that's my response. And so
whoever they is,
when you look at the Lapeef network and the audience that come over there, these are not the most direct brothers. These are not brothers who's gonna look and say
no. And I said that on their network. They sit there like what they did was they got in front of a mirror, and then when it was time to say what it was, they're like, no, we want you to some wives like Amira. We'll get married. Like everybody ain't on that. It's like, yo, if you in your 20s, that's not what you're thinking about. Like, but that doesn't mean these hoes, like, because it's the argument, because it was an argument that I talked about yesterday in the morning. I almost forgot where the chick talked about the marriage rates are low because men aren't marrying them. No, that's bullshit. That's not true. And this is where that argument comes back here. Because the argument is, well, we really want to get married because their argument stuff based on what Kevin Samuels was. If these chicks are not out here fucking.
They're not passing the engagement stage. You heard about that lady that's been going viral on Twitter. She had a perfect man and she just stopped the engagement. And
the thing is, we go on another channel and then like I said, Trey, like I can handle that shit. I don't have a problem. But it's like niggas love, even MOT. MOT got some kind of video talking about if ever the BGS want to lead the black manosphere, they could pull up. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to lead the black manosphere. You got it. And I mean that. You have never once heard me talk about wanting to lead this motherfucker.
But yeah, though, a lot of these niggas is disingenuous, bro. Because I'm trying to tell you, like, brothers who travel, who are really out here, doing what they do, living their life, they not out here concerned about, oh, well, I need to tell the world that, oh, well, I'm only gonna be out here dealing with the Afro variety of whatever country I'm in. Yo, anybody who's saying that is disingenuous, bro.
No, they are disingenuous. They are disingenuous, but
you ain't gotta defend the type of women that you're going out here dealing with.
No, you don't. But here's why I say what I say. Because I came up with intercultural dating. And my thing is, a lot of these guys, one of the reasons they don't travel is they assume that it's like you only travel to date non-black women. And I'm like, there's a whole diaspora out there. What are you talking about? And you don't need to travel to tap into the diaspora. And the argument with black people is that, motherfuckers really make it sound like there's no difference between a white Latina and an Afro Latina. Now, obviously, there's a spectrum, because there's a lot of different colors there, but they make it sound like there are no Marilyn Eggers. Well, she just says that, but she's not really like that's not true. And so my point is, people don't understand the stuff they really have. Now, Trey was being disingenuous. That's what it was with him. He's sitting there trying to make it like I can't see past race, and I'm the only one that can't see past race. And I'm like, dude, I'm not talking about it I'm not playing victimhood. I'm saying this is what goes on in my culture. And this is the response. I can't speak to Arthur Will's culture. I don't know what ethnicity he is, being Asian, because the Taiwanese may not be the same as the Japanese. He's half white. Okay. So my point is, I can't speak to that. So I can't speak to this white dude and whatever shit he dealing with. If he's dealing with a more rural situation, I don't know. Now I have some understanding. I'm speaking of I'm from a cultural standpoint. Now they get crazy when because they're like, nigga, stop acting like all of us on this panel are slightly different on that panel. And so it's like to act like that doesn't exist. Fuck that. And I'm not here to get a non-black audience. Man. I'm not here to represent a non-black audience. So I don't give a fuck about that. That's the difference between me. And if you notice, I didn't go up there. Now if you notice I can speak in general terms and still communicate what I need to communicate. But I don't give a fuck. I'm not looking for non-black folks to my channel. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm doing this for this reason. What? They got to be right. They got to have a moral superiority with it. I'm doing the moral thing. And to be fair, you had dudes on the network that are married. But as far as the dudes that came up there represent Passport Bros, it's as diverse as Americans are. People's motivations are diverse. People are in different spots in their life. Like, for example, when I first started traveling, I traveled because of the corporation that I worked for. I helped set up call centers. It wasn't because of women. It wasn't because of that. A lot of guys have traveled because of the military. You know, most black men are not just getting up and traveling because of the women. And that's another thing, too. I date here and I date outside the United States. It's something that all mix. But but what happens is dudes have to argue these, oh, I'm not a lame. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not that. These things that have no meaning overseas. What women consider lame in the United States is not predicated on being lame overseas. And overseas, if you're broke, you're lame because it's a class thing. So
I get it, Mr. Everett. You know, wait. Trey, 1 minute. So basically, okay, so to calm down my idea or to shut down my idea.
Yeah, because one thing that Mira said before is she said that a lot of guys are scared to talk before. Mm-hmm. You know, the last time y'all said, yo, no. You not fuck. See, you had a different topic. There was more Lapeef lad. To understand, there's a other manosphere out here with niggas that can lay it out. Like y'all are in these purple pill. What you saw is what happens when red pill people come to a purple pill space. Like that, you want answers. There's answers. Mm-hmm. It's just everybody ain't always out here doing that.
Rather, it's not about marriage. It's about men going off and having fun in different countries. That's it. That's what the Passport Bros ideology is.
That's not. That's it. That's not true. That's it. Like, what are you talking about? Even Will was like, "What?"
It could be all of the above.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're looking for.
Well, somebody said, and there's people in the chat saying, "Who said anything about marriage?" It's not about marriage. And now
but they're right. Nobody is out here specifically saying that Passport Bros are out here married. That's something that y'all got from a couple goofies, and I don't know who it was, but goofies that came to y'all network and they blinked. I don't blink. Like I would say the same thing in front of the whole motherfuckers.
Marriage doesn't sell. Y'all fellas, marriage does not sell. Bad chicks with daggone nice bodies that aren't wildebeests like here in the United States sell. You put them on thumbnails. You follow them around. You talk to them. You put cameras up in their face. You pan out to their body. That's what sells. A dude. Hold on. A dude walking down the aisle with his bride and daggone groomsmaids. That's not gonna sell. Hey man, yeah, this is what I did to get married. We're gonna live this life. That don't sell. You're not gonna
follow at least 3 Passport Bro channels that are married.
Right. Yeah, they ain't gonna get the clicks though. They're putting a bad.
Everybody's not on here for clicks though.
I
mean, everybody's not on you. Like,
well, okay, so who gets the attention?
The dude's got a following. Love Dre. What is it? Dre from Love Crossing Borders. He's got a good following.
We got somebody from Thailand.
No Excuse is going to be next up.
Yeah, but who is this about? It's about the dudes. This topic is all about the dudes that are flexing right now. That's why
not the non-black men. Notice how this was. They want to say it ain't about race, right? But we always coming back to black men.
Yep.
Like it's not just me reading into that.
Yeah, because white men been doing this stuff. I mean, they were all in the 90s writing books and everything.
I mean, since the first white man left the caves, bro, and basically went exploring and fucking.
Well, I'm just talking about today's time where it got big attention with technology. That's what I mean by that.
But I want the record show it's the brother. Notice how the brother is really pushing it because he said it before because he was up there when Marty was up there when he was talking about, yeah, man, you know, we're on the same team usually. This is that. See, these like, okay, here's my thing. You know, Trey, I ain't got no problem with you, but Trey, you the nigga this Amira's around where she has this infatuation with black people, and then you all let her get off this goofy shit. You the motherfuckers that Courtney was talking about. And the problem is you get into the red pill space, and then now we all got to account. This is where, like, shout out to Bernard Riley, but these people will congregate around Bernard and Bernard's channel. Like, and I'm not saying all of them are like this, because some of them, like Hood Conservative and Big Nate, they understand how to kind of talk around this, and they don't necessarily have these views like this, but they'll sit here and be around, like, he'll be around non-black people and let them say crazy shit, and then be like, "That ain't me. That's somebody else." Well, he is black. He's blacker than me. Now, whether he's ADOS, that's another thing.
That matters, bro.
He should have
Well,
checked.
what
America.
I'm saying, dude, I don't care if it's 8-0 or 9-8. What I'm saying is he looks black. He is blacker than I am, and so my point is, you have these dudes that get these people comfortable saying this shit, and I want to highlight who and what that is. Now y'all are adding in these 9-8, fine. I don't know, no. So, but I'm just saying off of what I see, because if you look at them, motherfuckers couldn't tell. That's the point, and that's why we always get blamed.
Austin.
Not Austin, not even Austin. The other channels.
But that's not what the title
I watch
says.
Passport Heavy. I watch Passport Games.
But she's got Austin. Here's the thing. But
I watch one
Austin is the topic because the thumbnail is Austin. The thumbnail is Austin on.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why the other dude, as soon as I came in here to fucking defend Austin. It's not about me defending someone, it's about me telling the truth. And I'm not about to indict folks. Look, trust me, there's a couple of things Austin can be legitimately indicted for. I'm not indicting people for things that they didn't do. And the reality is, if you're looking at a 23-year-old and saying Austin only has like 50,000 subscribers, MT has the same amount. So don't sit here and tell me that he's the leader. No, there's other dudes. Azumna Thailand has more. So Passport Heavy is not in this, but Passport Heavy has like, I think 100. Stop it. Like, stop trying to make it like what it is because y'all been clicking on shit. You looking at your algorithm is showing you that shit, and then you're like holding everybody accountable to that. That's BS.
Yeah, so it's not even fair to even the brother. He tried to disavow himself from being a Passport Pro. I don't think he could do that.
Well, because
I'm sorry. Let me just say this.
You're gonna miss having ideas. You can't do that.
It's a general title, right?
You did get that tattoo though.
About just a thumbnail. It just says that anybody who travels, it makes you give
people click on thumbnails more than they do titles.
Impression.
It's not a clickbait, sir. It is my opinion.
No.
See how they trying to save her.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, so I put the thumbnail with Austin. Then if he's talking about Austin,
Well, I was just gonna say, first of all, let me go ahead and say this because I don't know what's up with Trey, but my thing is why is he directing all his heat toward you, Ed? It's just like, bro, Amira's right there. She's the one who put up the whole title and everything.
His argument, because his argument, Trey said it in the beginning, like before I came up there. His argument is you got young niggas making Passport Bros look bad, and Amira is just seeing all these young niggas do this stuff. So Amira's not wrong. That's what Trey's on, because that's what he said before I came on there.
I think Trey ideal is really legitimate.
No, that's what he said. That's what he said. He said it a couple of times.
Yeah, we hear what he's saying, but I'm watching what he do though. Like that's what I'm saying. I hear what he's saying. What he do is y'all niggas shouldn't be having fun. Y'all should be wifing these baby mama.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. Because dude. Look, well, I know that because I've actually was on a panel with him on this, and watch.
If you look at Austin and you follow him, you can see his progression through getting more mature as he's going through Asia and everything else. I can see it, but maybe y'all can't see it. He's even
of your work going forward. But like, for example, I know some of y'all may have children. Some of y'all may have sons. Some might have daughters. Your children are your reflection of your work going forward. Period. No matter if you're black, white, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we live in a we're talking about changing culture, changing society. That's not with your children. So you're going off and complaining about the women in the West. Well, guess what? You live in the West. Your daughter lives in the West. So when you say these wildebeests, are you talking about your daughter?
Go NWD.
Or are you just saying, I'm excluding her because she's an exception to the rule?
She came back to wildebeest. Was that directed towards me? All my daughters are thin, bro. I raised my daughters, bro. You know, father, daughter. They don't do anything. Yeah, they're all thin, bro.
But hold on for a minute. So when you just disrespect these other individuals that possibly could be in their family that are heavy and whatever,
fuck them hoes, bro.
Fuck them hoes, bro.
I mean, it's like, and I was like, it's funny because like he really thought he was about to get that train, dude. Do that cold water on that shit. Look at he's like, damn man. See, you fucked up because you thought he was trying to check me. See, I can handle that. That's fine, but you know.
There you go. Hold on. There you go. Running in your feminine energy, my friend. There you go. Running in your feminine energy.
That's feminine energy. I'm like,
yes, that is feminine energy. You want to know why? Because you roll off your tongue so easily. Fuck these hoes, man.
My nigga, fuck them hoes, bro. What, man?
Look at your knowledge. Look at you. Fuck these hoes. Yeah, wonderful.
First of all, you can't solve a problem. You can't solve a problem you don't acknowledge. Like you literally have women that are telling other women, you can be like Lizzo, understanding with diabetes and like, you know, shout out to Alan Roger Curry. He died, but he had diabetes. Like that stuff is real, even with the women. So these things, health is a very serious thing. I take that very seriously. Yeah. And the thing is, for you to say calling somebody
lies, I say that while y'all niggas be seeing me go through McDonald's on the live stream. Pain. We all hypocrites in something. Like I said, sugar is the real white. I should have said that on there. Sugar is the real white supremacy.
No, sugar and white bread, bro.
But that way, they couldn't handle that. They would be like,
Yeah, the white
"Oh,
guy-
why are you talking
white guy
about
picked
Ray?"
Don't talk about the white bread. Talk about the brown bread.
That dude would have went off on me.
Yep.
Story is actually about.
Yeah, I
So calling somebody a name, I'd rather call. Look, I ain't got no kids, but I got younger cousins, and let me be very clear with you. I'd rather tell them what it is than them to find out and really find out. I'd rather I tell them a name than life tells them, because life doesn't care. And
Hey, hold on. Auntie, mom, you look like a wildebeest. Lose weight. That's it. Lose weight and
I
die.
ain't gonna say all that, but. Hey, and there's another thing. And hold on, real quick. Traditionally, at least in our community, it's been the job of the women to do a lot of that harsh, heavy-handed criticism of the younger females. And actually, that's true. That's true for most cultures. When it comes to heavy-handed criticism, when the men come in, the men are coming in and change some stuff. But generally, it is the shaming, and this is true for every group. So I'll fall back on that. That's true. Of the shaming of your aunts and your moms, they do that in the background to keep the girls in line on certain basic stuff like that. That's why women don't like telling other women stuff, because they know that echo of shaming is coming. Are you getting married? Are you having a child yet? Oh, you're getting. And then the men just come in. This is some complete rechanging that needs to be done. And so my point is, other dudes. That's why we got to be the bad guys now, because we got to say what nobody wants to say, because we don't have that in our community anymore. Shaming is a bad word in at least our community.
We don't.
Shaming is good.
Mr. Edwards, we don't have the men within the households anymore, because
Bro, what is he talking about? Like
nigga, we like 1.0 is failed, because we got like this is post 2023, and you still bring it up like 1990s red nigga. I could pull that shit out of the 80s,
bro. Like he one of them dudes. You gotta see. He got to see you fucking his wife though, bro. He
I
one of them
told you,
dudes.
and
He got to
it's
see
an NWD, a nigga with a daughter, or daddy DDN, a daddy daughter nigga.
Oh, I call him different. I
I rebuke that because I got a daughter, even I don't think that way.
Well, I'm starting to like the daddy daughter niggas, because that separates the niggas with a daughter. Because niggas with a daughter see and say, okay, you got a daughter, even if you have a son, you're that. Versus daddy daughter niggas, okay, you can have just a daughter, but there's a difference between, okay, I got a daughter, I'm a dude with a daughter, and a daddy daughter.
You know what I noticed?
Oh no, I call it different though. I call him save my whole daughter.
I don't even want, because you gonna call it. You going down the list. You going down the list of words that can't be said, and I know they already. You two already said.
Hold on a second. I know what you're talking about, because like my daughter is 11, about to be 12. Okay, and what I notice is when I see dudes like that, I notice if they have a daughter and they're married, they act that way. See, I'm single, so I'm out here, so I can't be stupid. You know what I mean?
Niggas that are not married be doing that same.
I haven't seen that one. Like I don't know how they do. They must be trying to.
I know. Here go Archer. Archer got to show up to support Trail for saying I raised 10 daughters. Archer's like, I approve that message. Yeah. We need
majority of the men that are out of the household.
Almost finished.
Right?
Are you in your house, bro?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
He said that with smile on his face. Hey, that is. Yes, I am.
We can see, you can look at it, boy. You see it? Extra happy as fuck.
I'm in my household with my lovely 2 children and my wife, friend. 17 years, bro.
Just like a 17. Cool.
And he's married.
He said that like I got a PhD. Like I'm married. Remember that I'm married, nigga. But
and he's married to a Dominican, so he
bro.
The other dude said she was black. Now she didn't say it was Dominican. Not Trey. I'm talking about the dude, the bald head dude.
I'm not gonna let go down here in the street, man.
You saying you just said I'm not like you niggas in the street.
Okay.
I actually made my woman an honest woman.
Oh, well, your brother called the big woman a wildebeest. You just jumped in to try to protect them. One of the things that whether you're in the house or not. Black, I'm a little overweight, man, but the brothers are unmerciful. They'll call me a fat bastard, like that. But the women have, and society in the West has coddled women to where, especially black women, to where they could be as big as monsters and they look beautiful and tender. If somebody's got to shame them back into that's not the way it's supposed to be. They're gonna start dying early. These women.
That's the thing. I'm not going off and saying. I'm not saying that we don't need to go off and be a little bit more firm. Like for example, I was raised very old school. Right, where like I could be the leader of my household. So I'm literally teaching my wife knowledge that I learned, pass it on to her, and she's talking with the children, especially with my daughter. She's only 2, but you know what I'm saying. She's going to be passing that on and talking to the children. Hey, son, you're a little bit overweight. You don't want to do that. You know, la.
No, it's your job. It's your job to talk to your son. So that sounds like you passing the buck.
I told my son to affirm me the same way too. We on the same page. It's all about going off and changing the narrative from within your
Man,
private
that sound like y'all come to an agreement that she made, and then she just say, and you just go.
Bro,
part within your community so it can spread out. I mean,
macro and micro are two different things, dude. Congratulations, you pick. I'm not gonna ask, what group is she from? Congratulations, you picked a good woman, regardless of where she's from. But the reality is, good and goddamn, good and well. Let me ask you this. Whatever,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ask you the race. It doesn't matter.
I'm about to get him.
Whatever woman that you have that's your wife, what percentage of women will you say are like your wife in America, regardless?
Okay. I go off and specify her race and everything. So she's a black woman, and within our community, brother, Mr. Edward,
America.
Oh, now you're brothers now. Brother.
See, I done gave him a couple of olive branches. I didn't save them. I saved them from Marty. I saved them from Trail. I gave them that umbrella. They was about to...
Brother.
In general.
Now,
qualify.
America.
So all you need is.
Why can't he just answer the question?
Positive,
What's taking him?
Hold on.
Traditional
But
upbringing.
when I say traditional, I'm talking about what you described, as in you pass stuff to her and she deals with the kids. Which is a
Sexy Red. Look at her. See,
traditional situation, right?
Right.
What folks would cooperate with that? Because she cooperates with that. Like she cooperates with your program. You all created that great team. It's a beautiful thing. I'm saying, what percentage of women do you think would operate within that same kind of cooperation level?
It's not that. It's the numbers on that is very low, but
very low.
Whoa.
And I said of any race in the United States.
But situations can change. Remember, we're supposed to be men.
Oh my God.
We all on this panel saying that we're men.
Okay.
And accountability starts with us. Period.
Accountability for who, bro?
Hold on. I'm not talking about. Hold on. We're not talking about them. Hold on. We're talking about us. Hold on. Listen. Let me finish. Because I already know we about to go with this. Let me finish.
Here you go, Marty.
Bro.
Yeah. Even me. I got that Bill Cosby.
I mean, you stepped on the landmine.
No. It's okay. And I understand that's a very difficult thing for a lot of people. So when I say accountability, start out with me.
Even Will smiling. It's like you just fucked up, nigga.
I'm not saying that women don't need to be accountable, because that's what when my wife is wrong in one situation, I hold her accountable. I hold her to the flame.
Bro,
but guess what?
Hold on, I'm about to check that. Hold on.
Always still ends up with me.
Maybe you need to teach me.
Hold on for a minute. Let me. Okay, because we have a female here on the panel. We have Amir.
Oh, y'all gonna love this shit. What?
Don't tell me.
I just need to pause. Y'all, hold on. He wants super chat to just get ready for this one, because this nigga actually. No, watch. This is gonna be funny. Go ahead. I gotta change the phone in order for y'all to see. So bear with me, super chats. All right, here we go.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So if if your husband decides to go off and say, you know what, I don't want to. I work 15, 20 years. I don't want to work no more. I know we don't have enough money within savings, but I don't want to work no more. And y'all go destituted. Who fault is that? Is it his?
Destituted?
Oh well, it's what it is.
Well, of course, it's his choice. It was his decision, so it's his fault.
Yeah, but does that choice affect you because you his wife, right?
But you see, women are not a representation of their men. I'm sorry, women are a representation of their men, but men are not a representation of their women. Does that make sense? This is why I said women are.
This dude ran to the woman, and the woman put him in the.
Cooked him.
Bro, like, damn,
That nigga said destituted.
Yeah,
there is no.
He's a gynocrat.
There is no good deed for simple.
He thought he was speaking to a black
woman. And by the
woman.
way, even traditional women, like, just saying, like, so let's hold on.
Are property, and women are owned by their husbands, whether they like it or not. You are his property because you represent him. He does not represent you.
Yeah, I know you ain't from here.
What if they don't like what if
they
they
wonder
just
why people
always
go
complain?
overseas?
Bro, he just got quiet as hell, bro. Like
Here's a red pill phrase.
What if you're not good? Like, it's never enough. Like, you say that the woman represents the man, but like that's why they say like 63% of people between like 20 and 30 is like single.
That's where the first part of accountability comes in within manhood.
But what if
you're the one that's choosing that woman?
I don't
choose that woman.
So if a brother chooses a wildebeest, what does that say about him?
Yeah, you said it yourself. Man, this is where Trey go off script again. But my thing is, you just said that it's very, very low. So you already admitted the pool is low. You didn't say low. You said very low.
It's very low.
Okay, sure. That's easy. I can answer that question.
I am misogynistic. Yeah,
that shows insecurity. That shows insecurity. That shows insecurity.
If you marry a woman and she's thin, and all of a sudden she has a kid, spits the kid out.
Nigga got an Archer disease, man, with these fat bitches. I get it.
5 years later, she turns into a wildebeest. If you don't check her, put her in the gym, freaking tell her she only eating carnivore, vegan, or whatever, some low carb diet, and she blows up the wood. That's on the man. I'm looking at him like I ain't looking at the woman. I'm looking at dude. You couldn't check your woman. I'm looking at that father. If his daughter doesn't have any kids and
can't just kill me with that check shit, nigga. Like.
Get married. Now he's stuck with her in his house. I'm looking at him. Damn, bro, you should have took the phone away from him.
But what a lot of folks don't take into consideration in countries where this is more of the norm, the whole state and culture backs the men on that. Like, remember, America is a very large, diverse country. You have other, in other countries that are smaller. You have some countries are like 7 million deep. Some countries are 100 million deep. Like, there's culture and tradition. America does not operate even amongst, like, real talk, and we're going to keep it American here. Like, 10 years doctrine, which is an American,
shout out to BGS, 10 years doctrine
law concept, which is what actually switched, where the women were the ones to have the children. It used to be the children went through the men, and over time, and I'm talking about like 150 years, they removed.
Now, remember what Mira said about that property shit,
and so now we have what we have, regardless of race. Like, shout out to divorce court that featured like white men getting completely took by the system, and how lawyers
by the family court,
and how lawyers actually get in these women's ears too, and to liquidate the estate. So my point is, other people go through stuff. So absolutely. So my point is, that's a state thing. That's a state thing, and that's a culture thing. And so we have corporations that really influence a lot of that. So when we sit there and say, yeah, it's on the men as far as the picking side, you're right. It's on the men. Now, if you pick and then the woman just wants to turn into a rebel, that's a little bit different. Because the thing I would ask is, what consequences other than abandonment can you really levy on that woman in the United States? Checking her into work.
Their safety.
So can we circle it back to the topic then?
Wait, can I ask?
I was.
Damn.
This nigga in that race shit.
Ask Edward a question. I want to ask Edward.
Why these motherfuckers try to ask me?
I know you guys but we can go back. But you brought up the question.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on. Remember, Ed, what was it? When the other guy necessarily, right? He had said something about race. The white guy didn't say nothing about race. Trey didn't say nothing about race when it was the white guy. When you literally said how whites how the government, right, run white dudes through the cleaners specifically, right? All of a sudden we didn't have no, what about race?
Because I know what game that is. I can still have a conversation but I know why they're doing.
Let me jump in here right quick and make a quick point about something he said. I hate when they do this to the men, like you should have picked better, and try to put accountability on the men as if the men are supposed to know which women are good and which women are bad. The same men who say this,
if a woman breaks bad on
all
you,
women are good. Now,
if you pick a woman that's already fat, that's your fault. If you pick a woman that breaks bad on you after you get married and she gets comfortable with that, that's not your fault.
That's different.
Now, just playing devil's advocate, they would say the same thing for guys. Even though I say
but the argument, but dude, most of these chicks, there's a reason why women constantly get with dudes that like to bounce their head off the wall. I mean, that was even talked about with Kevin Samuels, where like, okay, when did he put his hands on you? Oh, in year 2. How long was the relationship? 8 years.
Exactly.
How many kids did you have after that? 3 more. So at that point, yeah. And if you stay in that situation, but again, it's more penalties for dudes staying than women staying. So I
would also say I don't buy into the narrative that guys switch up as much as women do. Men are very consistent with what they are.
No, that's just projection.
If he bounces your head off the wall after you got married, he was bouncing your head off the wall before you got married.
She likes that. Because you got some of these.
I'm not gonna go that far, even though I have.
Right,
but yeah,
there are.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just making it clear. I'm not gonna go that far, but I have heard dudes say that violence is a woman's love language. But anyway, let's go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What are the consequences of a man who levy on
watch this?
Women in the West, other than abandonment? And do you tend to agree with me that men should be allowed to discipline their wives?
Now you said, do you tend to agree with me? Like what?
You should have asked the married nigga.
Yeah. Wait, no. I'm asking you this because Wait, please. No, Edward, you are not in court, sir. You don't have to let the record show.
You live in a country that doesn't even let you discipline your children. No, but Amir, I'm gonna answer your question, but I want to hear your context.
She wanted that answer. She tried to pin me on that.
In this country, they're not going to discipline your children now. But to answer the question, what I think is men should be able to walk away from these relationships and without any penalty. That's what I think. Do I think a man should be allowed to put his hands on a woman? No. And what I think a man should be able to do is get a pack of cigarettes and the child support system doesn't come after him. Because the thing is, that gives her an incentive to stay. So if we get the child support court out of relationships, people are gonna learn how to pick. If women, like for instance, take somebody once you get money, your ability to liquidate that estate. You don't have that there because guess what? Women can work themselves and make their own money. See, back in the day, they couldn't do that. And that's why those laws are based on. Now that they can, and they can be just as employed as men if they want to be, it's not as much of a problem. So no, I don't believe a man, but I do believe men should be able to get ghosts in the state, not chase them.
Yeah, I believe I have the same thing. I just want to make one quick statement. Brothers abroad, if you want to come on, you need to show me your face or just wave to me first, and then I can let you in. Oh, it's a.
Okay. Keep in mind, men, all daughters have fathers. So I'm signing your hands on somebody's daughter, and then does he have the ability, because that's in his tribe, to deal with the way he needs to be dealt with? See, that opens a lot of problems, even from a legal standpoint. But me personally, no, you should be able to.
Well, that also is because of the culture that we have now, where it's like there's no reason to ever touch a woman. It's different. In our culture, it's very different. In our culture,
okay, number one, I'm talking about discipline a woman in the context of a marriage or relationship. And so watch how they try to. I didn't ever said a man should never hit a woman under any circumstances. I said that in the context of admonishing or disciplining a woman into wife. See, that's a very legal question. I also watch how they try to spin this shit.
You know what I
should go to the man too.
Like, no, hold on, real quick, Ed. Here's the thing.
So this is the next, like, what is it? The turtle shell you trying to throw at me.
Here's the thing. In the U.S., right? You're telling guys don't travel abroad. We're telling guys, stay here, suck it up, deal with it. These guys, they're passing laws because a couple guys want to go over there and trick and got themselves in trouble. But let's look at what you're saying. You're saying a woman could punch you in the face, stab you in the back, and you can't turn around and knock her the fuck out. You're saying you can't defend yourself. You say there's no reason you should daggone put your hands on them. Not even self-defense.
That wasn't her question.
Hold on real quick. Now, let me take it a step further.
Not you, Mr. Just an idea. Just
at this point, besides the whole self-defense, you can't literally call your woman. Like I said, I'm saying this wildebeest stuff. I can't tell my wife that and maliciously, because if my wife decides, okay, I'm getting a divorce, no fault divorce, why? He was emotionally abusive. He kept.
Well, that defeats the purpose of no fault divorce.
The judge isn't going to say, "Well, ma'am, you are fat." What's going to happen is you're emotionally abusive. Give it up. Give
calling a bitch a word beast and bounce her head off the wall. Two very different things.
That money up.
This is what happens when you talk about checking. That's why I'm kind of glad she asked me that question, because the thing about it is the only way you can really check somebody in the United States is leaving. That's the only way you could really check a situation. And that's assuming she give a fuck about you. The problem is she believes she could keep your resources. She don't care if you leave. That's why that Moroccan dude got that other chick so bad.
Everything is painted to your wife now. And so you're going to tell a young dude that sees all the men in their family, that sees all the men all over social media and TV celebrities getting ran through like that. And you're going to look at him and be like, no, don't travel. No, dude, go do you. Dip out.
Well, I'm all for
bro.
Like the thing is, like I said, women. I'm all for women traveling too, but the issue is women know that they can't get the same outcomes because they're looking to get. Men understand that there's an exchange. Even if you want to say a dude is lame, a dude understands he has to make
niggas don't like that little bit shit
up for that with something, whether it's money or something like that. Men understand that. Women don't understand that. Women want to show up like it's a fast food restaurant and get. But as far as the self-defense thing, yes, men do have a right to defend themselves, in my opinion. But the question Amira was asking is in the context of a marriage, of discipline.
Yes, and I wanted to bring up the next person because we do have a new person on the panel. Hello, Lakeith. How are you?
Watch this shit. Oh, well, he leaves. That's how you know I'm not just making that shit up, by the way.
Was that doing, JR?
That nigga, the city is behind the veil, starting this bullshit.
Good day to
okay.
you.
So I want to get the next person who just came on, Mr. Brother Abroad. Welcome in.
Yeah, that was JR.
Is there anything that you want to add?
Yeah, of course. First and foremost, I consider myself a bastard, bro.
Sure.
The look on her face. Anyway, I ended up leaving after that. So, yeah, you have it.
I wonder why JR just left like that and didn't say anything.
I mean, whatever. Yeah. So what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
I mean, you can put me at the top, bro. You know.
No, this is like not right. Did I fuck this up? Anyway.
Work that shit, dude.
No, I know how to work it. It's just it's not showing it's like showing too much. Anyway, it's all good. So anyway, what are y'all thoughts on what y'all heard? You know,
I mean, it was pretty good. I watched it live. Yeah.
As for me,
I will burn them out of time.
Oh well, shit. Well, for me personally, man, I gotta say, like, it's.
I am king.
Well, damn. Well, go ahead, Kane.
Go ahead,
bro. But basically, bro, like you basically see the enemy is within and without, man. You got your. I'm not gonna say the man name because I understand this is their channel, so I ain't gonna say it. But certain people on the panel they stopped showing. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, what I take for me is gonna be different. What I'm gonna tell you to take right now. I'm seeing clearly a lot of that, and I'm seeing clearly a lot of you gonna save my 8 daughters, and I'm gonna say it like that. You say you gonna have to wife my 8 daughters. That's what I like to call it, dudes, right? So when you have a community full of people like that, you ultimately your community is basically going to be in a downward spiral. It's not going to progress. It can't move forward because no one understands how to take accountability, take leadership, and do what is necessary.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is you have those conservative viewpoints, but like Trey and all them. But
I wouldn't say conservative. I mean, those are just like you can't. I like this. They're not conservative. They're just necessarily how you only lie, but you lie by omission.
Well, niggas always act like you can't go up there, you can't show your face, you can't do. I'm like, yo, it's I do it out of preference, and I mean, like I said, y'all got to check out the beginning when Marty was really, Marty.
I'm gonna definitely go check that out now. Like, bro, I'm gonna slide back up over there and see what that look like tomorrow morning. Cause
so check it out. I'm sure Marty will do a Marty's Moments on it too.
Oh yeah.
Y'all like the nigga shit. So y'all don't like the niggas show the receipts. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all want to see the nigga shit. So
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
One thing that bugs me out about this whole video is I jumped in when the reason I came up here is because when the married dude jumped on, the way he had this self-gratification look on his face when somebody asked him was he was married.
Bro, somebody fucking his daughter, bro. Fucking his wife, man.
It don't matter. It's not the point. The point is like it's like being married in Black America. It's like you think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, you got shows.
He came up there talking about like, oh, the problem is there's no fathers in the home, and I'm in the home, so I'm the good guy, and I haven't done anything bad. I get.
You know who else used to say that shit? You know who used to say that shit, Archer? Anton. Anton told Charles to his face, "You making these babies? You just as fucked up." Like that nigga's a cop. What are you talking about?
But then he goes on to say like, "Oh, I'm an old school type of values type dude, bro. Your household is in disarray. Let's get one thing. It's not Black families. The problem is not just that fathers aren't there. The problem is that most of the fathers that are there are not real men.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing is, and I'm assuming he's not lying. He got a woman, and shout out to Yippee Kaye with $50, much appreciated. He got a woman to cooperate.
I don't believe
that's what that is. No. My argument, because but you got to remember, even if you take that at face value, I asked him, what percentage of women are like your wife? He said it was very, very low. He didn't want to put a number on it, but he said very, very low. Understand that when you say very, very low, you talk about like 15% or less. Really, probably less than 10%.
You talking about 10% or less?
Okay. I'm not being nice. So that's what he said. So he already acknowledged, but then he wanted to go back and act like, what's who you choosing? Well, if the pool is already low, the logical solution.
But Edward, the thing with Black America is that when we say cooperate, we have to understand one thing about Black men. When they say they get a woman, Black men lie to themselves. They say the woman's cooperating with them when really they're cooperating.
Yeah, they're cooperating with their own agenda. They're just going.
They're cooperating with the woman's agenda.
I get that, and I said that earlier in this stream. But I said, even still, regardless of that, that's true. But regardless of that, I said, what is the odds of you getting a woman of any race in the United States to do the same thing? So even when you said it's true, he said very, very low. So he already acknowledged the pool is fucked. And that's the thing. These niggas they always want to talk around the pool being fucked. Or Trey talk about, I got this. You don't have an African American woman, so it doesn't count. Yeah. Like it doesn't count. See, when all these asterisks everywhere. So my point is, you want to talk about, well, dudes really want to get married. Dudes, a lot of dudes don't even know going overseas and bringing a wife here is really an option because they've never been exposed to that. So I'm not saying that's what everybody needs to do. What I'm saying is the point, and that's why I said the point of the passport bro thing is awareness. What you do with that, the way Marty travels is not how most people travel. Marty does it the Jabril elite shit. And I'm not just talking about spending money. That's why y'all need to go over there and watch his videos, because you're seeing how you niggas talk about game and I talk about social skills. What you saw is what social skills can get you with people you don't know. You like with the dentist stuff and all that stuff, social skills. Y'all niggas talk about games. That's social skills. And so when y'all say this is what you want, and I show you this, it's like, so I'm like, No, I hear it. So my point is, but and that's like that Jabril stuff. Those are MT. Everybody's not traveling like that. That's what people need to aspire to get to. But I understand everybody's going to always get there. Now, some of y'all need to hold off traveling because there's a big conversation about what would Austin be if Austin just said, I'm going to go on a world tour. I'm still going to be in the United States for a minute. I'm looking to leave, but I'm going to go on a world tour, a.k.a. Brazil, a.k.a. Thailand, a.k.a. Philippines. This is what he's already doing. But I'm not going to stay in a place long enough for like maybe the Brazil situation to happen. And then I'm going to stack my chips up with YouTube because you got to remember, I'm not here to tell him I run this channel. He got 50, I got 6,200, whatever. He's doing something right. But what I will say is you got a credit card, you're young, got a credit card, you spending it, you paying it off because of YouTube money. Guess what? You're getting points. Points if you got the points credit card. Because a lot of people don't know about the point hustle when it comes to flying first class or using points to travel places or be in hotels or whatever. You can rack that up. Then it's all this stuff is expendable. Then you could get into business credit hustle because you got a YouTube channel, business credit. Because a lot of people that push that stuff spins off. And he could have stayed in the United States 2 or 3 years. He would have been 25, 26. And by then he would have had all this stuff stacked up. He would have had a bigger channel, a better baseline for his channel. Because remember, people were following Austin before he traveled like that. When Austin wasn't traveling, he was still getting subscribers just by talking about it. So it's not like his travel videos are like his biggest videos. It's really his videos with the panels when they're smoking, stuff like that. So he could have waited. My point is there's an argument for that. That's up to him in his life, what he wanted to do. But so everybody is not always ready to go. And I definitely don't want y'all doing that dusty shit because y'all do need to understand regardless if you accept the Passport Bro hashtag or not, you still represent black men. Because trust and believe, they'll call you a Passport Bro just because you black. If they if people want to have that agenda to do that, they'll do that. They didn't say Charleston White is in the manosphere. They didn't say DJ Ack is red pill.
Yeah,
that's
that nigga super blue pill.
Yeah, go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, that's why I had to check her off the rip. Like first dude on the panel, she was talking, oh, people are scared to talk to me because I said, oh, drop the link. Let's go. So when I went up there, I ain't gonna give it away, but I was direct with her, and she's used to Lapeef motherfuckers coming up there, it's soft shoeing.
Soft shoeing, bro.
Yeah. So I came with the loud mic. She probably the mic of God.
No, Marty's like, yo,
he love that mic, bro.
That chick didn't like, no, for real. That chick, it was another chick that didn't like that shit. And in the comment section, she apologized. That should be catching motherfuckers off guard, yo.
It sounded like your daddy's yelling at you.
You notice how the dude that came in bad, and then she was like, that's how it was. And then she started throwing all this, no, you're rambling. No, you're doing this. No. Like, you was in the first 40. In the video, you should be like in the first 48.
Yo, it was so crazy. She cut me off. And she was like, and I'm sitting there like, why the bitch cut me? And then she brought me back on. And I was like, listen, I said, look.
Yeah, she tried to act like it was a technical malfunction. I knew that wasn't a technical malfunction.
She cut me off.
That's what made me go up there. You beat people with the brush. You're like, you gonna block the belt? Like,
because what she was doing, how she first came off, you know what she was doing in the beginning? She was reading off the computer. And when people read from the computer, what does that tell me? That tells me you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Find out JR wrote that shit. And said,
he probably did, bro.
Oh my God.
How else would she really get that information, bro?
Yeah, because she was literally, and I wrote in the chat. I said, is she reading off the computer?
And I was noticing that too.
I was jumping in and out because, like I said, I was still editing shit. And
so once
that's why he popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so once I knew, and this is what I did. Basically, I ain't giving it all away, but I said let's establish a baseline because I don't know you, you don't know me. So let's get a baseline here. So
she wouldn't let you do that. She was trying to pull up the battleship. She turned on the red alert. Like even then, she was like, she did a yellow alert and it quickly went to red alert.
Yeah, she went from 0 to 60. She was like, who the fuck is this? And the thing is, I'm cammed up. I got the camera on 4K. I think she can only do 1080p on hers, but I got mine on 4K, so the light's right. I ain't no weirdo because she was trying to make it seem like these weirdo dudes simultaneously don't know how to talk to women in the States, but yet exporting sex tourism. I'm like, you can't have it both ways. Either they lame or they gods, and they just going over here smashing everything overseas.
Buying pussy and doing that, that's not you got to do more to actually export sex tourism. And truth be told, like it's crazy. And it's like to believe that Passport Bros have only been around for like Austin only has had a channel for like 7 months. So really before that, you're talking about like a year and a half. So the way you make it sound like before the pandemic, it wasn't no traveling.
She literally said Passport Bros are mostly black men.
Oh, is that about right?
I'm like,
if I really want to be an asshole, I would get that clip every time. Is that about right? Passport Bros, is that about right? Go ahead.
So then
what I would do.
No, let him go.
I asked her one question that she couldn't answer. And this is what really did it in. I said, tell me who that you know personally that travels, that goes through all these situations you personally just brought up on your live stream and reports back to you. And then that's when she started breaking down. She was like, I don't know everybody in the world, and you're rambling. I said, whoa, slow down.
Where's your receipts? Marty came on that.
I said, oh, you must not know who the fuck you talking to. Receipt. And then everybody in the audience knew. They was like, oh, this nigga Marty, like.
Oh, shit. Marty came up there. She was throwing that bullshit. Hey,
you're a victim.
There we go, see.
She was like, you're being so emotional. I'm like,
they must have that shit on.
Yo, the shit was hilarious.
But they must have that excuse like written on the sideline, like soon as you
No,
get beat.
she really was going through the list. Oh, where's your receipts? You're rambling. You're being this. You're being this. I'm like, Marty's just on some,
Winner. I'm going to win.
Yeah, she went through the whole, what is that called? The shaman sign language. She went through the list.
The whole list. The sign list.
It's like, yo, you failed the stress test, man. Like, you came up here like Omni-Man, man.
17 more years. I can always start again. Make another kid.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here looking at her breakdown. I'm like, I didn't even go hard in the paint on you. I'm just asking you a couple simple questions.
Marty's like, I just pricked some blood, and you like.
Oh, you know how I get. Once I taste a little bit of blood, oh man, it's over. Because then
she came up there like you.
She was like, "You're emotional," and then she clipped me off. And she's like, "All right, I'm gonna bring Marty back." I'm like, "Yo, why are we going through so many changes? I just want to ask a couple of questions." See what it is. She's been on the Lapeef network so long, talking to these beta travelers. She ain't really met nobody who's about it.
They rarely have travel conversations. Yeah, like to be honest with you, you know what's interesting? And see, if I really want to be an asshole, the asshole in me would get a YouTube short and then show, do some kind of first 48 stress test. And then what do? When your femininity is tested, remember I said a feminine woman, what they do is they regress. They get quiet.
Back down.
Because they're trying to reset, not so much back down, but they're trying to reset the situation and let the other person talk so they can find something to say, okay, blah, 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 blah. What she did was, you've been around these black chicks too much. And you started doing the vampire shit, the sign language, and you did the same thing. And I saw it. You wasn't really going that hard. You was just being real, like firm and quick witted.
BFF is a disease. It's contagious. She's been around some black women. She's starting to get her contagion. BFF.
Yeah, you around Lebanese people. She know who Arabs is because you heard her say it. So if somebody comes up here and say this.
Kane.
She just used to weak black men. That's the problem.
Yeah. And black men. And here's the thing. And that's why when Trey said that, you want some light skinned, beautiful. They notice how all the motherfuckers agree with that, including the white dude. The bald headed dude agree with that. They all did. Oh. I'm like, yo, man. Like, oh, I'm white and I got hair. And look, I ain't got no problem with Mira, but it's like, you niggas. I know the archetype of dudes that do that with the dudes that she would be around. Because at the end of the day, she's not fucking you because she married. And trust and believe, whoever she married to can sniff that shit out. I'm surprised, you know, they even let her even come around the Negroes like that, to be fair. But so you already know that they're paying attention to her, like so and not because they're insecure, but because they know what that looks like. Because they're when you're in tradition like that, you know what operates outside of that. You know where you're okay. You know how you playing Call of Duty, you playing a video game, you're outside of bounds, like you're outside of bounds. They know what that looks like. So my thing is, a lot of them dudes, they want to be, oh, Amira, you're so feminine, because it's the first feminine chick they ever see. So no, it's not like that. I'm looking for a wife, and I want to be married. I'm like, wow, like, be like, what? Be like,
and you,
dude, yeah,
you saved that dude. You saved the potato head dude. I was about to get him.
Man, but actually, Ed say that
out of time.
Ed was Captain Saver, bro.
Yo, I was lining him up because he started talking. I was like, name names. Like, let's not play around with this, because he's like, oh, y'all guys say this, y'all guys say that. All right, cool.
He did back down. Once he backed down and said, I don't know no names. I was like, okay, so you know, fuck you're talking. He didn't just say, I'm not going to name them. He said, I don't know. You know, I was like, all right, man. All right,
made it up.
Okay. Okay, from a marketing perspective, I get it. You got a feeling. So it's a bunch of random commenters and TikTok fucking videos, but you don't know no content creators. Because that's the argument. There's not really content creators they're talking about. They're talking about commenters. And I'm like, that shit don't count. It don't.
And that's what Amira said. Oh, I see all these comments in the chat. I'm like, who are we talking about? Chat comments?
Because at the end of the day, say what you want to, and even Will brought it up. Like, we're talking about Austin. He's right. People click on a thumbnail before a title. A thumbnail will generate a click more than a title would. You know, why do you think they put words in the thumbnail? Now, the title is only for metadata for YouTube.
And you know what I said to her, Ed? And I, in the midst of me checking her, I said, look, I said, it's bad enough you starting up a stream. You don't even know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. But you're starting up a stream under the premise that black men are doing these unsavory things in these different countries. So when I go to that country, whether it's Colombia, Uzbekistan, or wherever she's from, they're already going to have a negative connotation that puts my safety at jeopardy based upon.
Literally brought up, why'd you go to Uzbekistan? And then I'm like, yo, Nick, Americans suck at geography in general. Niggas don't know where that is. The fuck? What
and I had to.
Is that?
Yeah, I
had
to.
She wanted you to go to Uzbekistan.
I know what that is. So
she was trying to say that why aren't dudes going to these super ultra conservative marriage minded countries? And I'm like, first of all,
respond that. Well, most of them.
Hold on. What Marty? Hold on. Let Marty talk. What more you say, Marty?
Yeah, I was basically saying, like, listen, what you don't understand is, and this all comes down to money. I said most of these dudes don't have it to go all the way to that side of the globe and really sit there for a month or two to really get to know this conservative girl who they're not going to smash in 2 weeks, because most dudes are going over there to smash. So they're going to go to countries that's a little bit more attuned to black men being in there, you know, like the culture. People imitate us. They don't really imitate us in Uzbekistan. That's a conservative place. So you're going to go there, what, for 2 weeks, meet some chick, and then go home? No, I said most dudes are not trying to get married to begin with. So I said, first of all, you got to learn the difference. Just how you hop on your panels with Lapeef, there's a difference between working black men and pookies. What you're doing, you're lumping everybody into this one little thing and calling it just that. And I said, you're the one starting up the stream, and you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then everybody want to make it like it's not race. I mean, because you know, I was hesitant to bring this up, but this is going to Patreon anyway. Like, I'm gonna leave this up for maybe an hour or two, but this one's going to Patreon until I can get those stuff. You know, and it's fine. But the thing is, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's dudes, and it's not a lot of black men. It's very, 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 very small percentage of black men. But I've heard it, and that's why I'm gonna say you got niggas that will go some places that pretend to be Muslim just to smash these chicks. So yeah, there's dudes that will go over the river and through the, because I know Amir was talking about, oh, we would never do it. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is not true. There are dudes that will go to some place, not Uzbekistan, But they'll go to Muslim places and pretend to be Muslims, and them chicks will give up that pussy before marriage. Don't like, because that can only work if you're really doing that on the low, not her. But that's a smart. And I tell you not to do that because you're gonna get killed doing that. But my point
that shit happened in Kenya and in what is it? What's the pyramids? The pyramids place.
Egypt? This nigga called it the pyramid.
Bro,
my bad, bro. I'm drinking, bro. I'm drinking. Like, what y'all want from me? But literally, that's the issue they having down there in Kenya, and they quote unquote because the Somali women be out there claiming that they only fucking.
Well, yeah, and but that means they're not really, all of them ain't like that. Because if dudes ain't taking it and they doing it off the tradition of what you can project it be on, it ain't like they got birth control like they do over here. So that's like a real issue. So that's not a big thing at all. That's like a micro percentage of dudes that will even pull that. But niggas ain't gonna do no. You talk about Uzbekistan. Look, I'm not trying to be ignorant. You talk about places they got airports, places you gotta fly into the other country and drive across. Like, what the fuck you talking about? It's just a bitch we're talking about. Like, niggas gotta go to this fucking journey to the El Dorado for the city of these excursions. Nigga, it's like the movie Anna fucking Conda. Just to find a bitch. Like, you gotta find a dude, get on a like fucking, them boats with the sticks, the bamboo, and they like, we eat for a week. And then you find, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she really said that. And that's why I was like, why did you put her out here like this? But
Yo.
you didn't think, y'all thought it was just gonna be a video. You have it up there, you had comment. The worst thing she could have did was drop that fucking link. She really thought niggas weren't gonna show up. And to be fair, it wasn't like dudes were out here disrespectful or any, at least not in the frame. We had a conversation. We actually had an adult conversation. This idea that we're not capable of having conversations. Them niggas be the one arguing, but at the same time, if it would have been some of them baby mamas coming up there, they would have said some slick shit out their mouth. And then that would have had to get checked. Oh, nigga, you just a little, because even Trey, all I see is little boys, and da. I'm like, bitch, you ain't with a black woman. You with a Dominican. No. Oh, she ain't black. She would laugh at you. You call her that for a Latina. I'm sure she would. A lot of them Dominican. I'm sure she's white. I'm not an African. I'm a white.
And he was protected. Oh, they're going over there for light skin. I bet that's what
light skin women. I'm like,
yeah, that's such a big deal, bro. Like JR set her up for failure, bro. Like that's why I'm saying, like, they threw a mirror out here and they completely set her up for failure because they just like lambs to the slaughter. Like, yo, you put a mirror out here on Front Street, she don't know what she's talking about. And then Marty roll up. Yo, Marty show up with the smoke, bro. She wasn't ready. She's like, oh my God,
the way I saw it is yeah, she gonna drop, because I thought she dropped Marty before. Because I clicked and I saw he wasn't there. I was like, oh, then I clicked it again and it was you and Trey. I said, let me get up there because Marty gonna throw that. She, it's funny because she act like she been to New York. So I guess you're not used to that New York seasoning. I mean, Marty came to the light version of that. Marty ain't like a, them New York niggas that can't control their shit.
Yeah, they can't control themselves, bro.
He knows how to dial it up and dial it down. But even on the light shit, she's you put her in the first 48 room. She's like, they did it.
It was him.
Before you get, all right. First of all, I want to ask you this question. It was them. It was Raheem. It was Jaquan.
They didn't offer her no donuts, no meals, no nothing. She just came in.
And it was John. You mean the Caucasian? No, the black John. Jonathan.
Scratch over his eye. Yeah, the scratch over his eye. Yeah, that one right there. What the fuck?
It was them. I mean, those people. All right,
put her in that chair. Yeah, she about to start slipping. Yeah, man, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, you stress it just like with Courtney, and it's no different. It's just to say, like, you ain't no, just like with Courtney. I'll be honest with you, Courtney holds up a little bit better to the stress test. It'll come out of her too, but she'll hold up a little bit better. I thought
you just had to have a non-black woman
because Marty wasn't really going in, because Marty was really trying to set the question up. Because you was doing the setup, and she didn't let you. She fucked up your video, Martin. She wasn't letting you do it. You saw the roller coaster going up, and it went. Oh, I know, no. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. What's the stats on that? Where's the emergency manual?
Yo, she was crazy. She was answering questions I didn't even ask her. I'm like, yo, I did not ask you that. And she fell to pieces. I was like, damn, I didn't even really.
She regained her composure though.
She's like, JR made me do it. JR made me do it. Blame him. It's not me.
I keep telling y'all niggas, I'm not. Y'all act like I'm the worst one. I'm actually not. Anybody knows when women come on my stuff, it's generally a cordial conversation. Well, why do you think that way? Because I'm gonna do a play-by-play later if it's really some crazy shit, just to point it out. But like certain niggas don't care, and it's like if you can't hide, because the first thing, because everybody was cammed up. See, she made people cam up in the back. Everybody didn't have to cam up. Everybody didn't have to cam up. And see, what you have is this is what happens when them dudes can't come in and run interference. Logic in them running interference, because they would have threw a fucking threw a banana in there. Hey, whoa. Well, the reality is Trail kind of served that purpose a little bit.
No, he served that purpose.
But Trail had his own. There's no race. We're past that now. I'm like, and the thing is, it's not a race conversation. But the thing is, you're not gonna have a passport bro conversation, and you can't show me no non-black man it's a passport bro. They got a YouTube channel with 5,000. Remember, we're the same organization that Pearl is the queen of. Even though the LaPeef got Coach K and Amira over there, they got multiple, like for real. I mean, I'm not trying to beat them up. I'm not trying to say I'm better than them. Appreciate them having me on. We had a good conversation, it was good content, whatever. They got views, But at the end of the day, man,
I caught when she said she was like, we got a problem with the dudes traveling overseas. She was like, we got a problem. I was like, nah. The women got a problem. I was like, it is no we. Let's make this clear. You remember that?
You never asked her if she has ever dated a black man. Because see, you tried to ask her who do you know, and she was trying to act like that was too personal. And I was like, all right, no. You asked her if she ever dated a nigga before. She just gone.
Yeah, she was cracking off of just because the way she was talking, I knew she was reading off the computer screen. I knew she didn't know what she was talking about.
That was the test question. Because see, when I was on my first stream, the stream I did for 16 minutes, I was wilding out. I'm like, you're from Lebanon. Y'all have like 6 million people, like 5 and some change, like close to 6. You're saying all these women are gold diggers. Thailand has like 100 million. Vietnam has like 70. These are people where their men like literally had to face off against the French when they actually had some shit. And the United States after that. I mean, like, that's some disrespectful shit. And I got respect for Lebanon as they're surrounded country. They got to be tight-knit because it ain't a lot of them. And I respect that. I brought up Marcus Lemonis. He's the CEO of Campy World. Obviously, the guy that created Apple is half Lebanese. So, it's respect, but it's like, we're going to have it. Not know, but we can't even have a conversation. What are you talking about? Because, nigga, look, let's be very clear. A white man's situation in the United States, especially with non-black women, is not the same as a black man's. Whiteness has a cachet. And it does. And I'm not saying that everybody in the United States is picking off that, but it does. And when you go overseas, it definitely does. I'm not saying that. It is what it is. The cards are the cards. My point is their experience. White men can backpack and it's not a big deal. Black men can't do that in the same way. No. Not in the same way. Yeah. And so it's a cultural difference. And it's the same thing with black men versus how Asian men are perceived. Art of Will is half. So who knows? He looks like he's probably 5'10", 6 foot. So that's maybe a different. I imagine that's slightly different than like straight up Asian. Like we know what it is. It's just like me. I'm 5'5", and I'm light skinned, right? My experience is gonna be slightly different depending on what people are saying, Money. So when we have these conversations, this is the context by which what we say these things. Not let's keep it all American and we're all equal and all lives matter. That was a lot of all lives matter bullshit. I'm like, you got niggas trying, man, all lives matter. It ain't matter. Man, my Dominican wife will laugh at you. Okay, let me see what she looks like. Because I bet you if you call her a white person, she won't do that. She won't laugh at the white dude.
Nope.
Anyway.
She picked you quite down, I bet you, on our census.
Anyway. They be killing me with that shit.
And I just questioned her on her title. I said, basically, you saying that passport bros are lying. Well, who told you to lie then?
I asked that too, and I kind of came off of that because I was like, this shit is clearly like just to have a conversation late night. So I said, fine, fuck it, we'll have that conversation. I'm gonna doing that tenders years doctrine because I said that might be something. And if I really wanted to get stupid, I would have brought up that Fuentes on Pearl shit. Brought up the gynocracy. So I mean, what it is a lot of groups are starting to see what black men have always dealt with. Let's stop acting like when it was just black men with the problem, there was no problem. But it is what it is. We're here, and so now that we're here, I have no problem with anybody traveling, including women. That the argument is never had from that perspective. You don't hear men talking about women traveling, and quite frankly, men don't give a fuck about what they do over there. Dudes only brought that up as a response to this idea of the crazy stuff we're doing here. Like you're saying we're doing all this crazy stuff, yet this is what y'all doing. Don't even get me started on freak dick. I mean, y'all, what are you talking about? And you got all these.
Did you see what today happened at Mocha Fest? They have it on video. They was sucking dick on camera.
Yeah, that's the video I sent you, Ed. It's in your Telegram.
I didn't even see it.
Check.
I saw it, but I was kind of
My friend,
it.
I don't know if that's the same video, but my friend was there and he filmed it. And he sent it to me, and I forwarded it to Ed. So if you check your Telegram,
I'll put it in the Discord, guys. I know
got the receipts.
I want to see them dick son.
raw dog.
Yeah, raw dog.
I mean, like, and the art. Here's what people say. Well, everybody go to Mooga Fest. Yeah, that's true. But the reality is, women. It's geared more towards the women. And how you get to Mocha Fest is vis-a-vis a cruise. So don't believe that when you hear they're like, Tom Joyner, Michael Bays and them throwing them cruises, that shit ain't always old motherfuckers.
That didn't happen in Texas.
That's how it's sold. They about to do a Mocha Fest Greece soon. And you know them STDs in Greece.
Yeah, there was in Texas, like at a pool party. That's where it was at.
Oh, so was it a local Mocha Fest?
Yeah, it was
So it wasn't even the main one overseas. That was the domestic shit. Oh, but they scared Freaknik though. Because I thought that video said Houston. Oh, I got it. Oh, I'm sitting at LAR.
Yeah. And then they got the girls eating each other out on there too.
Yep.
What?
By the way,
Whoa.
you don't hear him talking shit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga think he don't know what he is. Anyway.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Oh yeah, so that's the same video. Then it was some chick blowing some dude and this girl eating some chick out.
Yeah, it was two girls and one looked like an auntie. This dude was wilding.
Yeah, that's wild. There
was an auntie there.
Nigga talking about Ed go to bed, homie. Dude, number one, I'm getting cash apps. Dude, I'm getting like, what you talking about, nigga? And by the way, I told you I work from home. Y'all have no idea. Technically, I don't got to check in until 2. I'm 2:00 in the afternoon.
Shit, you know where I'm at with it, Ed.
Yeah, shout out to Marty. Marty's got a podcast coming out called Jobless Gentleman.
Yeah.
So, don't call me a passport, bro. I'm a jobless gentleman, nigga.
Yeah, but I listen to. I think that was a JR thing. I think JR gave her a script, and my old man over here just messed up the script.
Yeah, he blew all that shit up, bro.
Who knows? I mean, for the most part, I wanted to do this stream in order to kind of get my thoughts because I was going in on the first stream. I mean, I wasn't really going in like that, being disrespectful, but I was calling it out. I'm like, because like I said, I'm like, why you have a sub, the subscribers, but that was JR. I mean, like, dude, you gonna put her out here. You need to put her out here. Like, you need to do a team. Like, has a, I need a logic to run interference on these niggas.
And I hate when they try to say, "Oh, it's not about race," when all the people they talk about just so happen to be black.
I mean, they happen to be black men. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, you have Austin on here. You don't have like a passport, bro. Like, I got a picture of me and a couple of white dudes and a couple of black dudes, as far as on a boat, right? So when I was going for my corporate stuff, it wasn't just black people there. So you don't have that picture. You got a picture of one black dude. Like, and again, and look, I know it's YouTubing. Part of it is YouTubing. But the other part of it is nobody really associates passport bros with non-black people. That's just folks traveling. When it's just crazy. Let's stop playing games, man. Let's stop it.
Exactly.
Well, as we keep seeing, is that again, it's all this animus towards so-called passport bros is literally just nothing more than virtue signaling hypocrisy. I mean, that's all that it is. Like you said, you've got these chicks going to like the paint and sip and Mocha Fest and all this other stuff that are, basically whoring around, and you got so-called Western women in general traveling to other countries to get piped down by foreign men, and these people say nothing.
What's crazy is you have Western women doing so much bullshit.
and slut walks, all that, and then dudes are getting there, and we know what it is. It's an echo. That's why I brought up the cell phone things. They're trying. Why do you think they're trying to ban TikTok? You think they're trying to ban TikTok for some security shit? They're trying to ban TikTok because in the social media ad game, TikTok is whooping Facebook. Facebook has been losing ever since they started that meta shit. They've been free falling. And YouTube is doing better, but YouTube is really not competing with TikTok, at least from a short standpoint. And what's happening is TikTok is starting to elongate their videos longer and longer, and YouTube sees that. See, right now, you can do a 10-minute video on TikTok if you want to. It's not recommended because it may not get seen, but you can do it. And so YouTube is like, oh, crap, because a lot of these younger dudes are literally going, younger people, dudes or women, they're literally going to TikTok. They go to TikTok more than go to fucking Google. They go to TikTok more than Google search.
Yeah, they learn things. I've seen people talk about you can learn stuff, like how people learn things on YouTube. They just do it on.
I've a lot of cooking recipes and stuff because they do it and no, seriously. A lot of y'all think TikTok is for dancing. I used to think that it's not. You could go on TikTok and never see that shit. And what it is, because the thing about TikTok is their algorithm is a lot more hyper focused. Like it's a lot more responsive. So if you start clicking on certain things, it's going to give you just that thing. That's why you have like 3 accounts. But the thing is, YouTube and short form content is down out because it's hard to monetize. That's not true. That's actually not true. What it is, Yo Tweet is the other companies don't want to really monetize it. Because the argument with short form content is even if it's not as monetizable as the long form, which means they don't want to pay you for it. You do the short form content in order to create, it allows you to generate traffic. So you use that to transfer it to something else like a link and stuff. That's why people will have Amazon products and stuff like that on there. So you're talking about getting paid from an AdSense standpoint, but shit, you don't get paid on Facebook like that for that shit anyway. So my point is, that because TikTok is starting to eat into some of these other people's businesses, they just want to outright ban it from the United States so they don't got to compete, at least in the United States markets. That's why.
That, and also, let's keep it real, it's easier to get famous on TikTok than, let's say, Facebook.
And that's why people are starting to go to it more, because then you can always monetize that fame in other ways. And so the problem is, and it's the same. I mentioned that because it's the same thing with here. The women can't do, it's not about competing. The women can't do the bullshit that they normally want to do if men don't participate. And if men have another option, that's a problem. You think the Ford companies wouldn't have banned Toyota if they could get away with it? It's an economic thing. And so they do everything they can not to make the conversation on that. They want to make it about the men versus, that's why I keep always saying, I said it on there. Notice how the same shit I tell you all on my shit, when I came up there with my face shown, y'all didn't see me walk away from nothing that I normally say on my own shit. Like I said, I want women to travel. I have gotten my female cousins passports because they were up first and then the dude. So the motherfuckers in my family couldn't say shit. What were they gonna say? I feel some type of way about what? And I had one cousin say that, technically she's like my third cousin. Second cousin is younger than me. I said your best chance for him dating a black female is gonna be overseas. You stay here. He already, you said it yourself. He only bringing home Latin chicks, and they ain't nowhere near black Latin. They met the chicks he bring might as well be white chicks. And I'm like, I didn't give him the passport for that, but that's something I told him to look into. And he liked the first trip he went to. And you mad, but the reality is he stay here. He ain't gonna get with no black chick. That's a guarantee. And then she shut up talking after that, as far as mentioning it, because she didn't think about that, because they never do. But anyway, they say the national security. That's bullshit. If Facebook was really a national security threat, they would have been got rid of it. No, that spyware bullshit is bullshit, nigga. All the companies do spyware. Stop. And the thing is, the CEO of TikTok is Singaporean, so a lot of it operates out of Singapore. So they trying to just lump it in with.
The corporations are mad too, because guess what? They can operate here in America, but they can't operate over there because Facebook is not allowed to be in China.
Well, China's authoritarian. They're gonna do what the fuck they want.
Well, that's why they're talking about. Like, I trust me. If Facebook was in China, like how TikTok is in here, They wouldn't say nothing.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is Facebook is not a different society. I mean, it's not. And Facebook is not the only social media company either. Facebook is everywhere. Facebook has WhatsApp.
I'm pretty sure that the behind the scenes they're pushing.
But again, TikTok is Singaporean. It's not Chinese. That's a misconception. Like for instance, technically, ethnically,
isn't it owned by ByteDance, which is
ethnically? Think about this. Ethnically, the Taiwanese are indistinguishable from the rulers of China. They are the same ethnic group, the Han. Your military hardware and computer chips, the best ones, the ones that America cannot duplicate, are Taiwanese.
Right.
Your military hardware, not just the consumer stuff, the stuff that really ain't always available to consume. Your drones, all of that. Real national security stuff.
Yeah, the high-end chips, yeah.
Now, ByteDance, so when people try to say, again, I'm not saying there's absolutely no thing, but if they really believe that, they wouldn't be having hearings about it. Also, do you know the servers is done by Oracle? The servers that TikTok operates on is Oracle. Oracle is an American company.
Okay, so then they can just get it any old time they want.
Well, what I'm saying is they can like Oracle. That dude is like one of the like top 10 most richest people, or at least 15 richest people in the world. I forget his name. The Oracle family. So my point is, if they really, do you believe if they really believe in national security, they would have?
Oh no, I think it's an ad, and
like let's say ByteDance is like, I'm not saying they're not Chinese, but do you believe like Ronell Goodwin, do you believe if America really believe in national security, you're gonna have a hearing about it?
Well, personally, I think it's the fact that they're scared of how people can go viral. Because what if somebody like they see with Andrew Tate?
You can go viral on YouTube. They pick and choose.
But what I'm saying is easier with TikTok.
That has nothing to do with national security. National security is about infiltrating government. And really, the fuck a government employee has TikTok on their fucking phone anyway.
No, I don't think
it's banned this from the government.
I think that's the excuse they're using. I think the real
that's what I said. It's an excuse because if it was a true national security threat, they would just
they would have shut that down.
They would have been shut. They would have never let it get popular. People act like TikTok used to be Musically. They would have never let it get popular in the first place. You think they don't know what these companies are doing? I mean, hell, for all we know, the social media companies are collecting data for the government.
Well, all we have to do.
I mean, Facebook always gets accused of that.
All we have to do is look at Twitter. What Elon Musk published in the Twitter files, they were controlling all of Twitter.
Like I said, that's something they try to act like that's going on, like the other companies aren't doing it. I'm not here. Look, y'all don't even see me on TikTok like that. I'm mainly on YouTube.
Yeah.
But my point is, they're just like they're doing that, even if there's a slight plausibility to it. That's what they use with the point of me bringing that up is that the argument that they make for Passport Bros is basically black men are abandoning their families, and they're telling lies. And you got Amira, who this is not your culture art. This is the diametric opposite of it, and you're speaking on it. And like I said, I really blame JR more than anybody because she's not on there if you don't have her on there. You're literally in the background running it for what? For some clout? Like, I thought y'all got the 90 subs. Y'all don't need to do that. And if you want to have that conversation, let's have that conversation. But see, the problem is you don't really want to have a conversation where, hey, fuck me. Chris can go up there. Chris was on the third frustrated. You don't want to have a conversation with Al Grease. You don't want to have a conversation with that. You want to ignore that and bring up all this world star hip hop bullshit. You don't even want to have a conversation with Austin Holloman himself. But you want to put his thumbnail in there. Austin talked to Fatty or Portuguese. He didn't have to. Y'all can have him up there and ask him them questions directly. But see, you can't call him a lame ass nigga or any of that goofy shit, can he? Because chances are in the States, he probably fucking better bitches than some of them niggas on there are. Anyway, so we had this was 2.5 hours. So y'all don't say I didn't give y'all no good content. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. I mean, you definitely got what it was. Now you ain't gonna be wondering, Chris, like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah. I was wondering at first. I was like, bro, what the hell happened? Because I saw the thumbnail go up when she was doing the video, and I was like, wait a minute, is JR doing it? Why is Amira in the thumbnail? I was like, I didn't click on it because I was busy doing something else. But then when I saw you go live, I just was like, oh,
I thought it was a main. I thought they will have the whole pretty much the whole cast up there too. And then it was like, I just saw it was that. And I said, all right, man, it is what it is. But it turned out to be actually quality conversation. It really did. I hope I'm not, you know, them niggas will be like, this day on Lapeef, let's talk. And then you hear my voice, you know, running my mouth. They'll try to probably play me and just play the part where Trail be like, nigga, you calling me what some kind of Spanish name. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck
I
is
think he said
that?
Paisa.
That's how I bite though. I'm like, nigga,
I'm like, what Paisa? That's not.
nigga, you got
calling
that
nigga
trucker
Paisa?
hat. You look like you straight up out of a fucking 16-wheeler. Like, remember when the what was that? What was the movie with the Anchorman where the dog started barking? I don't speak Spanish. Like,
Yeah, like
I'm like, okay, I'm not dealing with a nigga here. I'm dealing with somebody. I'm not black. I'm OJ. I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with a black Pablo for real.
Yeah, he was on one. That shit was crazy. But
That's
I
the
mean,
shit
but
funny.
you held it down though, man. You went up there. You and Marty went up there. Y'all held it down. You know what I mean? If I would have known from the jump what was going on, I probably would have went up there. And you know what I mean? Just because I'm just like, Amira, why are you even here trying to throw something at the feet of Passport Bros? And then when you get pressed, you know, you want to make it seem like, well, not race this. And it's just like, no, wait a minute. You are addressing black men. You are on JR, a black man's platform that generally talks to black people. So I'm just like, yo, what is she even trying to get at? I'm like, first of all, Amir, there's no way this came from you. I know there's no way that you, a married Lebanese woman, gives a damn about what black men are doing when we go overseas and do whatever we do. Because the premise that I've heard on Lapeef more than once is that, oh, well, them Passport Bros, they're supposed to be going over there looking for marriage, but that ain't what they doing. Look at Austin. And I'm just like, first of all, stop all that bull, because it was never part of the Passport Bros declaration that we're only going over here looking for wives. Like, some brothers go over there and get married, and then some brothers are going for opportunity, for jobs, military. There's reasons. It's called going for your best option. That's why. Yeah. That's why the groups talk about men going out here for their best options. When I first started following Charles Tyler, that's why he kept saying the biggest thing is about men go out here, get your passport, and follow your best option. He never said Brazil was the only place to go. He never said that you need to go out here and just go get married. He always said, brothers, go for your best option.
Charles Tyler went over there for stress relief.
Exactly.
And the truth is, he didn't make it to the promised land when he was almost there. And that's how serious that shit is. Like, that's the thing, man. You got people that died for this shit.
For real,
they died putting this stuff out here, yo. And the reality is, you disrespect that shit over some fucking YouTube. That's why, you notice what Trail said. What Trail said when I said everybody ain't doing this shit for views, like, nigga. And it's a lot of dudes ain't. Then, like, they're not. Even Austin was like more on some, maybe later it became that, but he was on some just putting it out there. But niggas are not, man, I got a dream of being a YouTuber, and they're just doing it. And even when you say, well, that's what dudes do, pretty women, this. I'm like, nigga, why don't y'all get the white channels that are the general space and then say all this shit? Because y'all act like that shit don't exist. Just like how they act like the white manosphere don't exist. You got the fucking whatever show with 4 million subscribers. And y'all hear Pearl because y'all see some Negroes on there. Well, whatever, Brian's had a couple of black people on there too. And so my thing is this bullshit about I'm staying here because I'm competing with this and that, even though the same dude talk about he married and been married for 17 years, which means he got married at like 2004 or 5. So he's sitting there talking about it's very, very low. They know what time it is. And that's my thing. Look, man, I'm here. The thing is, it's leverage. That's the name of the game. In this dating market, as a man, you want to you self-improve to create leverage, whether that's sexual currency, looks currency, my financial currency. That's the purpose. You don't self-improve. Remember, this is the same week Steve Harvey said the goofy shit he said.
Yeah, he did.
Now I gotta go through that video because I still ain't watched that video with Six the Goddess and Melanie King on Cam Newton shit. That's some light skin, dark skin, syphilor battle.
Right.
For real.
Cam Newton had Melanie King
and Six the Goddess. And you know they didn't like it because you know how you have woman's legs be crossed and they showing a lot of legs. They literally like in opposite direction showing opposite legs. Like they literally didn't even want to have the same energy pointing at each other. It's interesting. So I got to check that out too. So it's not to mention I got to work on that. I got that video with Steve Harvey saying that goofy shit. The problem with men today is they don't want to raise another man's kids. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Anyway, I'm about to hang this up,
Yeah.
but Snake Man, I know you came up here. I want you to definitely fire off what you trying to fire off.
No, I'm not firing anything off. I just
Well, I mean,
want
get,
to
you know, get your opinion out there. That's what I mean.
yeah, I just want to commend you that you try to always go on those panels when they're obviously talking nonsense and try to correct them. But one thing I never understood, why is I always try to basically make a square into a circle?
No, my purpose of going up there, you got to remember, the purpose of me going up there is not to change her mind. The purpose of going up there is to establish that there's a narrative that she was pushing, and here's what the reality is. Here's where the depths of the iceberg is. So if you have questions, there's answers. But if y'all want to believe what you want to believe, then that is too. You got to remember, JR is the owner of the LaPeep Network. She went up there at his BS. Now, she did say on multiple occasions she believed what she believed, but I went up there because she was spreading propaganda. It's counter propaganda. And it was an opportunity. I don't pick every opportunity to do that, but it was an opportunity to show my face, letting people know I'm not scared to do so, and for us to actually have a conversation. And we did. I'm not trying to convince her, but at the same time, they can't say that they can't say we didn't break down everything that needed to be broken down. I mean, she admitted it. The bald-headed dude admitted it. That they didn't really know what they were talking about.
Yeah, but they already know that they don't know. Because if they really wanted to know, they could go onto channels where the Passport Bros are. They could go there where the Black Manosphere is. But like you pointed out, they just want to have an echo chamber. They don't even go to the, like you said, they don't even go to the White Manosphere and try to do the arguments they're doing. That's why I say it's very good that you are up there and try to clear the air, but at some point you must recognize it, Ed. It's just for them.
Yeah,
it's just
but the problem with African American men in particular, though, is African American men have this thing where we believe if you just don't say nothing and let it rock. This is reputation management. So I'm not saying that everybody has to do everything. I'm one person. Like I said, Chris could have definitely went up there and probably been more credible than me because he has been traveling and he was on the frustrated thing. And I should have mentioned that. I kind of mentioned it, but I should have mentioned the third one. And the thing about it is, it's not just, it's for the audience, it's for the content. Obviously, that video is going to be cut up a little bit. You know, it's for that. It's in the atmosphere. Because if you don't say nothing, then they just going to tell X amount of stuff. And I'm not saying I had to go up there. I chose to go up there. But I didn't go up there with the purposes of changing minds. If some people got changed, it did. But she can't say she didn't know. She can't say she was not educated or told what the reality is. She said she had her opinions, and I basically went up there and said what mine were. Marty did too, and the other dude did too. Because even then, she tried at the end, she tried to push, she tried to say, oh, well, now they want to just go and have sex. And I'm like, no, it depends on where these dudes are at, what situation they're at. It's everything. How come with black men, it's got to be a reason versus any other group? And that includes women. There's not a reason.
Yeah.
There's not a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
I was about to say, and again, thank you, Ed, for being consistent, man. Like, again, let them know. It's like the problem with these conversations is that the people who try to argue against this stuff, 90% of the time they're arguing in bad faith. And what they don't like is not that the fact that what they're saying is accurate. It's they know they're saying some bullshit. They just don't like being challenged on their faith.
And remember, what I'm always going to say too, my job in which what I do is to build awareness amongst the men. So even if I'm talking to her, notice how I was having the same conversations with Trail and all of them. When Trail tried to talk, it ain't about race or this, that, and the third. I didn't back up off that. I showed that I could adjust to it. But I said, y'all are talking, the cadences you're using is talking about black men while you're trying to act like you're not going to sit here and be like, I'm a black man, so I'm going to hide behind that where you still throw us under the bus. Because he was doing that kind of co-signing some of the stuff that she was saying. So understand, I do what I do in order to raise the awareness of black men. Because I know people be on that SBE shit talking about why. That's why I'm kind of hearing what you're saying today, man. Why are you on here and you're trying to explain to her, Shane Blaine, explain to her, what it is. It wasn't about her. It was about other black men. Because if you notice, other black men went up there on their different gradients of bullshit. So then you have audiences too, that people hear that stuff. So
I just wanted to say, is that woman, was she Lebanese? I heard something about Lebanese.
Yes, Amira is Lebanese.
Yeah, I just wanted to
married
say
to a Lebanese person too, by the way.
I just wanted to say the next time someone of the Middle Eastern persuasion says that bullshit, just use one of the argument. Go to the African sector and say that shit. Because I'm tired of those Middle Eastern trying to play in the, because they like to play that shit in the American, in the Black American sphere. But just go to the African sphere and see how we treat those mixed breeds, as we call it.
They know where. There's a reason why they stay in this stuff. Because again, like you said, we have this thing where we want to have a conversation. And my thing is with JR owns this stuff. Why do you have Amira by herself saying that in the first place? Because the title is Passport Bros are liars. You got to pass. And she said it. She said it multiple times. Yeah, that was my opinion. Passport. I'm like, do you not understand? Like when you call somebody a liar, that is basically saying you're intentionally speaking into existence deception. Like that's not well, you're being disingenuous. That's like one of the maximum forms of what I just said. That means you got dudes up here just lying. And that's the first thing I addressed. Where is the lie? And they didn't answer that question. But I was like, all right, man, I'll move on from that. But they didn't answer that. He's like, oh, well, me and Trail talked about it. Da-da-da. And Trail basically threw younger dudes under the bus, saying, you got these young niggas doing this. I'm like, you mean boys will be boys? You got young dudes doing young dude shit? And y'all are sitting here and letting people applying that to all black men? People do that because they want to. Mm-hmm. Like you know good and well, you know most of the Passport Bros are in their late 30s, early 40s, or most of the dudes that travel. Yep. And then you're taking one or two younger dudes because outside of Austin, it's not really a lot of YouTubers that are young like that, like under 25.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing, and so
I just wanted to say, the things that Snakeman says on Ed's channel is not a part of Ed's ideology, is part of Snakeman ideology. No, because I know how to do. If they have beef with what I say, go to the African sector where we and our brothers are waiting for you. Go to the jungle. Leave the black Americans alone. What Snakeman is saying, come to us. Okay,
continue. JR and them ain't gonna do that.
But they threw her out there though, so we can see that was an obvious play by somebody that was not Amira, because Amira was not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? They got Amira caught up in something that she didn't really fully understand. They done threw her out here, and they got her in front of an act of war. Well, you take a shot like that, you ready? You calling all the smoke, talking about Passport Bros are liars. Yeah, that's my opinion. Oh, guess what? All right, when we pull up, you better be ready.
And then she was saying they were scared to pull up.
Well, she's so no. Hold on, Chris. Chris. No. To be fair, don't do that New York shit, Marty. When she says scared, she's talking about the typical Lapeef audience. So what she's talking about is, because I remember she said it. She said, "Oh, the last time I dropped the link on another topic that she had, completely unrelated." She said that they didn't want to come up because you got a lot of dudes gawking at her. They like that you're the most feminine thing. She's not the most feminine thing I've ever seen. But then she's the most feminine thing that a lot of these dudes have ever seen. And so it's that fucking Cam Soda on YouTube bullshit. That's really what that is. That's why a lot of these niggas look at Six. That's why a lot of these niggas look at Melanie King. Y'all know what it is. But you notice how when I fucking came up there, you know, I was the same way I always am. Like the same way when you see me, even with ugly bitches on here. Like when they come on my shit and I know they ugly, they just don't come up. I was the same way. I stuck to what the argument was because I'm not trying to fuck these hoes on YouTube. I'm like, yo, I basically explained what it was. We had a cordial conversation, but I communicated what I needed to communicate. Like, and I made, even when she started waving her hand the second time, no, I finished when I needed to finish. So, so she didn't do that. Like Passport Bros won't come up, but again, she didn't know what she was. You're right. She didn't know what she was saying. You're right, because that could easily be interpreted with that. Even Marty didn't say nothing, because if you go watch it and then you hear her say that, you don't know that, because you don't know if the topic wasn't about Passport Bros before. And then all of a sudden, JR jump in. Like, man, y'all don't need to beat her up like that. Blah 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 blah.
Shit. That's your soul.
Don't believe what Jason Black said. These non-black chicks can get the smoke too. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she ain't special. She ain't no damn snowflake and no sacred cow. She
them Lapeef niggas got her believing that. But then again, y'all got B. Taylor and all them baby mamas believing that too.
bro. See, that's their problem. See, Ed, and that's why I salute you for saying that they don't want the manosphere niggas to really be pulling up over on the peep side of the house because they know what it is.
She was like, well, why did they say you were looking for wives? I said straight up, because they're weak. Because they went up in front of you, and when it was time to say what it really was, which is dudes go over there for whatever reason they go over there. Some dudes go over there to sex tour. Most dudes go over there for money. The truth is, most dudes are overseas because of economics. Either they job pulled them there, they're contractors for the military at some point. They're in the military. And now for the dudes that don't, there's classes of reasons why they do this. Idea now, the DR is a little bit different because the flights to the DR are cheap. The flights to everywhere isn't cheap like that, so it's a DR is a little bit different. But my point, that's more of a quick vacation spot. But some dudes are just retiring after they already raised some kids and they in their 40s. Some dudes are out, young dudes are out here living their best life, and a lot of these dudes aren't on some. A lot of the younger dudes, like 30 and under, are not on some. I'm just fucking women overseas. I'm never fucking a woman here. No, they augment that. Meaning they ain't got to deal with that goofy shit here because they like, look, man, I'll just monk mode it for a couple months, get my money up, sack my chips anyway, and have a vacation versus paying a bitch $500 for a job. That's literally what dates are now. Dates are fucking job interviews. Dates are auditions. Because that hoe knows she getting dick. It's just not from you. It's just a matter of you gonna bring that nigga a doggy bag with Joe Dime. And niggas are like, fuck that.
But Ed, maybe because I'm African, I'm too impatient. She knew what she was doing because, like you pointed out, like you pointed out when you brought up, okay, do you think about the other groups in America that do the same things that they do it? That's why I say she probably knew what she was doing. She just wanted to play the part of it. And then you came in and basically had a counter message, and she had nothing to say because she's just a mouthpiece.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, and that's why I brought it up on what's called. She didn't have to drop the link. You know, I'm sure little people like, yeah, drop the link. It's gonna be good. Drop it. Look, like the little people pimping over there. Drop it. They have her out there. Like I'm like,
got on the blade,
let's see what
bro.
these niggas do. Nigga got her out here in a cave, in an underwater cave with a lifeline. Like it's okay, you know, fucking alien on the alien ship, like the second aliens and the Z. We came out here like the Xenomorphs. They like what was the dude? The dude like it's whatever, man. You know,
game over, man.
Yeah. First dude came up there. You know, he had to cut off. The Trail came up. Not Trail. Marty came up there.
I'm watching that.
Majors, nigga.
I'm watching that podcast right now. You talking about with Six and them on cam?
Yeah, and then I came in there.
Why are you jumping them?
Yeah, she didn't expect that shit.
And then she was on some.
Fam. But no, I think she tried to set you up with that question though. She's like, so because do you agree with me? And do you think that that it's okay for men to punish women? And I'm just like, where did that come from, bro?
Yeah, and I was like,
His last wish. I wish you had more time.
Yeah,
man, why is she asking? Hold on. Why is she asking us a Lebanese? Is it okay to punish? Shut the hell up.
Because she said like in her culture it is. She kind of alluded to that, and my thing is, I mean, you notice how I didn't hesitate, but I was kind of like, because I don't, because I'm not. I've said it. I'm like, I'm not going to jail for no hit, no bitch. Fuck that. I'm leaving. Yep. If it gets to the point where I'm about to do that, nigga, I'm gone. Like I'm not even gonna say nothing. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna act like we're gonna be good, and then I'm ghosting. I'm gonna be like Jason Bourne in this bitch. That's what's gonna happen with me.
It's Ghostbuster time.
Yeah, and I get it. When you got kids and stuff, it's easy to say that. And then unless you got kids, but the thing is, I said, a dude should be able to abandon this shit. They should be able to abandon shit without the child support and stuff coming at them. That's really what they should be able to do.
there's no consequences anymore, and there's no more shaming. You know what I'm saying?
And the truth is, and she actually did me a favor when she did that, because I should have said, I didn't want to, because see, at that point, it's like we talk about domestic violence and niggas ain't gonna want to have that on there. But the truth is, what she alluded to was Lebanese men bounce they chicks off the fucking wall. And that's how they check it. Like, you don't have that here. So when niggas say check, you're not checking. Y'all say talking to somebody is not checking them. That's not what checking is.
All these other men hit their women when you really look into it.
And so I'm saying, like, so you saying that men, and by the way, they can't say that I didn't answer that question. But and even then, Trail tried to be like, oh, well, you saying that you should never hit a woman. I said, I never said that. I said men have every right to defend themselves. Notice how I didn't then flip and then say, well, men can hit a woman if a woman hit him. See the language. You see how he tried to reinforce that to get me to say it? Yeah. And then I was like, no, men have every right to defend themselves. Defending that depends on how you defend. You talk about defend yourself. Shit, some motherfuckers can say stand your ground and shoot the bitches. It depends who it is. But I said defend yourself. But at the
and I just wanted to say for all those Black Americans who are in there, basically part of the sisterhood and saying the arguments, there are no black Latins. Most black people from the slave trade went to South America.
Yeah, he really, yeah, man, a Dominican, if my Dominican wife or girlfriend would say that, she'd laugh at you. I'm like, so what would a Marilyn Negra say? Because she says she Afro-Latina all the time.
Yeah.
It's literally her name.
Yeah, you're right. The Black. You're right.
Yeah, it's in her name, the Black. Yeah, a lot of Latin Americans, they go by the
Erica Mena didn't like that shit. Erica Mena didn't like Safari giving
Oh, you know why she didn't like that? Because she's supposed to be better than her. Because you know the colorism is real in Latin America.
See, I see Marilyn Negra would be somebody else I would cover, but ever since she said she cool with getting pissed on, I was like, nah, I can't. Like, why did you do that, man? You just like, why did you follow the trend of these? A lot of
these pretty women are cool with it.
I'm like you know, you ain't letting niggas piss on you. Don't even act like you are. Like that is some white privilege shit. No, like, look, hey, yo, bro, have you ever pissed on a bitch before? You haven't lived, bro, until you just drunk a whole half a gallon of water and just let it out. Oh, and the last thing I'm gonna say is, remember I told you that I said, yeah, man, you got dudes that say they run up the body counts of the other women to protect the body counts of their own women. I said that happens in Dearborn. She was like, Dearborn, that's Arab. I was like, oh, so you do know. So you do know. You know where the Arabs are at.
Yeah, Arabs are for that.
But she knew that. And I'm like, that's in middle America. So unless you like really,
yes, you know what they are.
You know, so she knew. Yeah, so you talking about
man?
And
don't talk about the Arabs. The Arabs are the biggest simps of them. Who the fuck would spend a fucking 2 G's to fly some Norwegian hoe into the middle of the fucking desert to shit on them?
Their argument would be 2 G's to them in their argument. But my point is, in America, the point is, I've heard them say that they run up, they fuck black women to keep the body counts of their women low. And my thing is, it don't, again, y'all, like, look, it's fine. It was a great conversation. I'm cool. I appreciate her having leaks. She didn't have to do that because I got mad because it was a subscriber only chat at first. And now I'm seeing JR was the one behind the scenes doing that. And it's like, why? If you want to have the conversation, have it. You know, but the argument is it becomes this posturing bullshit rather than exchange of ideas and information. I'm not here to do that political posturing stuff. I'm not. And that's why I typically don't like to go on the main show, because if I go on the main show, it's going to be all this. My thing is, I'm going to be like, why are these baby mama bitches here in the first place? Y'all are not in the prime dating market anymore. Y'all are like kids with 2 different niggas deep.
Man, I think we should all cash up Ed to go on there so you can say that.
Like, no, but because what the dudes are gonna do is they gonna step in and they gonna poo-poo the shit. Right. That's what's gonna happen. But the reality is, I want you to really think about it. When you watch the La Peep Network and take out the non-black women, when you watch the La Peep Network, how many of them are like really viable?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How many of them are really viable? I'm talking about the women. When you watch if you watch the La Peep Network,
I plead the fifth.
The ones that they've been having on there.
And it becomes that's why there's a reason I say the baby mama sphere in general, because you got these women and they're asking for all of these fucking like concessions. And it's like, where's the fucking leverage at?
Exactly.
Like, really, a lot of these niggas don't need to travel. If they date outside their race to expand the pool. But it's like this thing about, well, we're pro-black. And I'm like, well, this show is a multiracial show. That's out of the owner's mouth of the show. So talking, and that's why it was crazy to me, because it's like, okay, she is on the Lapeef network. She has her own channel. It has like 40-something thousand stuff, you know, but it's like race can't be talked about. Think about it. I was on the Lapeef network where I had the white dude and her and another black dude coming at me because I even mentioned the word white.
You know, they always
I wasn't even talking about race on like a racial thing. I just said the word. I said white. I'm talking about it in a multicultural situation.
Ed, you didn't know that? You got to talk like they were.
Fuck that shit. No. Because I'm not playing. Because why are we here then? Are we here to learn? Or are we here? Are we here to actually have a conversation? Or are we here to play these little games?
You know.
Ed, I told you echo chamber. It's an echo chamber. It's a self-masturbation channel.
The masturbation channel.
Well, that's what happens. That's why you only email people the link. You don't drop. You don't unless you want people to show up. You don't drop it. But anyway,
she found out.
Get y'all final thoughts. I mean, shit. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't like, you know, she just got roasted the fuck up. You know, like that. You know, technically, the bald-headed dude, you know, some of them were kamikazes in there. Yeah, he tried to look for help. Right, Amira? Well, actually, I think women are property, and I would agree with that. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, what to do after that?
Why don't you tell these sisters that? You know, shit. Tell these sisters.
I wish a black woman was there when you said it. I've been saying this: black women are natural feminists. They're naturally like that.
So let's get y'all final thoughts. So, Morpheus, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, good job today. You know what I'm saying? You know, I agree with everything you're saying right now. I'm about to watch this whole Melanie King thing. I just watched a little bit while you was talking, and I already see Six of Goddess some type of way. She trying to play it off.
Why? I don't know why it seems like it was just her, and then Melanie King came at the last minute. Like, and
no, they came at the same time. I'm watching it.
Well, I'm saying like maybe in how it got scheduled. I don't know. I would like to see how that went down. But
well, the weird, interesting thing was she was talking about. They were talking about how social media's changed things. All she had talking about was Alpha Podcast. I'm like, why are you talking about that? Isn't that the people that pay you? The people that watch
Alpha Podcast.
That's what she called it. She called it Alpha Podcast, like they're brainwashing men, basically. You know, sound like a feminist. And I'm like, what? Those are the same people that you get money from, or that type of stuff.
Alpha Pie. No, but she was talking about shit like Fresh and Fit. The thing is, they, you know, when you get vague like that, and it's like basically what they're saying is they're making it harder for her to play men. That's really what that is.
Oh yeah.
And so the question is Cam Newton really gonna ask her those questions? See, it makes it harder for her to have her reset. That's all that shit is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means.
Dude, she came on there with an afro looking like, I swear to God, looks like one of them girls from the Black Panthers. I'm like, I wonder if Jason will go after this.
She did that for SWP.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Snake Man, any final words?
Yeah, what should I say? Ed, you did good. You did very good, like I said. But next time, if you go on, just send one African brother there, just to have perfect balance. Because half of the shit he was saying could be easily dismissed by such saying, "Go back to your country and let's see what they say about it."
Y'all just going straight for the kill shots, man. Shit. Trust me, Marty. I'm sure Marty approves. You know, Marty. You know, y'all going for the.
Let's see what Akeem.
He ain't just going for the high caliber. He going for like the lead tip, like the acid tip. He said, "Fuck it."
I told you.
No, because to keep 100. Let's see what your grandfather Akeem was saying to all that stupid question you're asking about men. Let's see what your father Mahmoud would say about it. Do you know what they would say about it? Akbar grabs the stones. That's what they would say.
Y'all, you should listen to the beginning, man, because she was talking about, why aren't you going to Uzbekistan and getting women? I'm like, they don't deal with. I said, like, in every passport, you know, when you look at most of the early Passport Bro videos, they're like, do this country, X country, like black men? And I'm like, niggas are probing, right? And you sitting here like, go to Uzbekistan. I'm like, nigga, you trying to have somebody literally fly. Like, nigga, you trying to take the refugee route. Like, you trying to have somebody. Remember Blood Diamond, where Archer had to go like all this other way. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
no, Ed was playing you. Uzbekistan is very well known to be inbred.
Well, she asked that before anybody. She didn't ask me that. She asked that before anybody came up because her idea was you want these places that have more traditional women. And I'm like, you have to understand black men. See, this is where you're looking at black men from the lens of the men you're used to dealing with. Even like when you look at what you're saying, Snake Man, I hear a lot of patriarchal, bitch, you shouldn't even be speaking. And I'm cool with that. You know, that's why you shutting it down quick versus me. This is more of, you know, let's understand your bullshit before I shut it down. Let me help you. See, that's the difference. And I'm not saying one is better. I'm just saying it's a cultural thing. Versus he's like, why are you even talking?
No, but Ed, if she says Uzbekistan, that's basically a Middle Eastern slang for, hey, why you don't go to the trailer trash in the swamps?
Yeah. I figured, and that's why I tested for that Dearborn shit, because I'm like, you're Lebanese, you're not Arab. Now you are in the Middle East, but that means you identify. Like when I threw that Dearborn shit out, I did that on purpose. That's why I said, oh yeah, it's other people too, but there's a reason I said that first. Obviously, she picked up on that, and she did. Like I said, she know. But that goes back to the first stream of what I said, because she straight up said, she said pretty much most Asian women are gold diggers. She said Asian women are the biggest gold diggers of any race.
Bruh. She better chill with that for Helga get on her ass. She needs to stop.
and then she said, and she didn't just say Asian. She said Thailand and Vietnam.
Filipina P will get on her ass. She better chill. She better chill.
She went out of her way, and I said, "Are you serious? Like you really like there?" She said, and she did say they're worse than white women.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh shit, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, she was throwing shots.
I'm not lying. I was like, hey, at least she ain't just throwing the black people. I get to the clips. I ain't making that up.
Oh,
like
okay.
she was like, oh yeah, and she was rich. Like, yeah, because the thing is, y'all think, you know, black women and white women, oh no, you know, the Asian women, they'll be all submissive and nice, but at the end of the day, they want your money and want your passport. And my argument was, well, come get this money. If you gonna give a girlfriend experience, then yeah, it's gonna be 10 times less than me taking a bitch out on a job interview, and then she give the food to another nigga that's gonna dick her down. Which one is the better deal? The only problem with Asia is far. So if you're saying the dudes are getting played because the thing is, you got to exchange money with a woman here. It's called a date. What are you talking about?
But who is she advocating for if that's the case? Is she telling us to what? We need to deal with Lebanese women?
No.
Oh no, she said good luck dealing with Muslim women. And I was like, I mean, we can have that conversation too, because the truth is there are niggas out here that pretend to be Muslim. I don't know how these niggas pull that shit off. I really don't, because it's kind of like
it's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Be Muslim and up the fucking shit.
You must not even be Muslim. It's not that hard. It's not the Muslim women. It's the simp Muslim man who make you pro.
Okay. Because Muslim women he told me I was Muslim, and when I gave it up, he said he was really Christian. He ate pork chops. He's
not kosher.
I'm going. They're gonna kill. They can smell the Negro in me. They're gonna hit me with a brick. That's what Snake Man talking about. Snake Man, you know them dude, you know the meme when you have somebody looking at the window and they have the fist balled up. That's Snake Man, but Snake Man got a brick. He got them special rocks that are known. Like Snake Man got a store that only Africans or people of Muslim persuasion know. They got these real high density rocks where they're not particularly big. They're big enough to get a good grip in the hand, but if they hit you, they knock you. They might be kill shots because they're so high density. But like these checker bitch rocks. They black culture. We call them the guy. They call them the goddammits when you pull a gun out. God damn it. They call them correction rocks.
Nah, Now, Ed, we are more civilized since that. We have a special cane for that. We have always
okay, you had the cane. Yeah. My mom like to use the extension cord. So you got the cane. Yeah. So see, Snake Man would have answered that question. Snake Man would have really hesitated. So do you believe in discipline? Snake Man would have been like,
I would have said, hey, come to Nigeria. Let's have that discussions there.
Yeah. Okay, that you know what? That would have been a smart way to have it. You're absolutely right. And that's why Nigerian women wild out when they get to the United States and they turn into super feminists because they be like, I'm free. And notice how they always say black men, but they never say Nigerian men, let alone say
because they're
they
scared.
Don't even go to the Aruba. They don't even go into the Aruba Igbo. They don't. Even say
they're scared because we are listening. You must understand, we are listening, and when they have set 1 foot back in Nigeria, we pull up like, what did you say? What did you say? Say it again.
They don't even play the Yoruba tribe. They don't even say Nigerian. They don't even go into nationality. They make sure they keep that shit. They say black, and it's understood that they talking about us because most of the time they in the United States when they talking about it. So when you look at the grapevine, they know what they doing. These chicks ain't as brave as what they try to act like they are. Even the ones that try to be super feminist. But anyway, she didn't have to drop the link. She dropped the link. Turned into a good conversation. You know, JR got some content. You know, y'all got to see how I operate because it's rare that y'all see me talk without my face, you know, so it was fun. I got to test out my mic too. You know, I've had this mic for like a year and a half and I rarely use it, you know, this Yeti. So yeah, it was fun. So anyway.
And once again, all the things Snakeman says is in the African sector. If you dirty foot Arabs want to have beef, come to the African sector. We can have that. We have that conversation. Do not pester the Black Americans with that because that is low IQ retardation. Okay, continue.
Yeah, well, Snake Man did say what he says is not reflective, and Zulu already fucked up the chat by using the F-bomb and all that. To be fair, though, Amir is Lebanese, but I don't know from your perspective if y'all see a distinction without a difference because I don't know how other people view the Middle East and the world. I know you know. I mean, I don't, and that's why I was saying like the thing about it is you had like Arthur Will is half white, half Asian, so he's gonna have an experience. You had the all white dude, and I'm not trying to play him or whatever, but you know, you see, you know, and then you had the dude that want to act like he black, but apparently he ain't really black like they Ado's black. And then you had Marty from, you know, he tried to say you just you notice how he tried to, oh, you just a North Carolina nigga. I'm like, you will find out, nigga. That's just a matter of changing the channel. Nigga, truth be told, I was born in Compton, California, 86. I did not need to fucking see snowfall. Like some of my earliest memories of my mom on a fucking crate because these goddamn bloods, like the CIA came in there and cleaned the whole house out somehow with us sleep. And then my next 3 days later, I'm on a fucking Greyhound bus going through the desert like fucking 30 days and 30 nights looking at plateaus and shit, you know, like until we got to Chicago. That's one of my earliest memories, as well as the accident my dad got into with a Volkswagen Beetle. So niggas, yeah. So when niggas talk that shit, hey, as far as I'm concerned, we were alive. They just stole shit I never knew. We could be dead. So I'm not saying nothing negative about no Bloods when I say that. I'm just saying, like, because we could have been. They cleaned the whole house out with like in silence. I'm like, what the fuck, special forces motherfuckers did? Yeah, but my point is, you know, so when these niggas, oh, you just a North Carolina nigga, you just at a rally. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck. First of all, remember that when you niggas keep trying to come down here. Remember that, you know. Anyway,
they ain't gonna come to Carolina with that smoke.
Well, what I'm saying is, you know, all these niggas from other places love to be economic refugees and come down here because of the cost of living and do shit. Like, but my point is, like, understand that people have different experiences and different ages, and I respect that. I don't bring up race from a perspective, but, oh my God, you're white. No, I bring that up is because everybody has a unique experience in certain culture groups. And I'm trying to reach for you. That's why I brought up the thing with the divorce court, which mainly had white men in it. You know, saying, look, man, I get it. Y'all been fucked. You know, white women know how to use that court more than anybody because they can leverage it because y'all got more money than anybody, right? So I was trying to, you know, say my shit, but, you know, they on that, because, you know, that conservative, you know, Blexit, you know, it's not about race. Black lives matter. All lives matter.
Ed, if you ever want to make a show about a topic, when I grew up, I always questioned myself, what is child support? Because I had many Nigerian men around me who were divorced from their white wife, and they never heard the child support thing. I only heard that when I was already 16 and on the internet. And then I understood, hold on. So you're going to tell me that all the Nigerians I grew up with, all the Nigerian men, divorced the white wife without child support? How did they do that? And then I find out, 99% of their assets are in Nigeria. No wonder they must still pay child support.
And that's why a lot of these black women are mad when they play that game, because dudes got a contingency plan for that. But then you got dudes that grew up here that they don't have that. You know, like, not that they don't have that, but for them, their stuff is here, like Duke and Obi, I believe is in that. So they may have stuff in Nigeria family wise, but they don't have that personally as much, because, you know, and they got African American, you know, women they got kids with. So it's crazy. And it's crazy because now with child support, like, if you got, like, they can raise that shit to 26. If the dude's special needs, 26. If he's in college, 21. So and not to mention common law marriage, which if you live with a bitch now, they can try to put that on depending on what state you're in. North Carolina is not one of those states that y'all shit on North Carolina. North Carolina got a lot of laws that are not on that book. Nigga, in North Carolina, if somebody cheats on you, you can sue the person they cheated with if you're married. Mm-hmm. That's North Carolina. And that
the only thing I can say, when I ever marry a Western woman, I don't know, maybe I have a weak time when in my feelings. The only thing you get is that what is in my bank account here in the West that nowadays that are 80 euros. Hey, good luck splitting that shit.
So Marty, what's your final thoughts? And then we'll get Chris's, and then we'll.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'm gonna use that shit that he says a soundbite on my Ecamm destitution.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna put it together every time Amira say something crazy. I'm gonna have that soundbite destitution come in. That shit's gonna be funny.
Like I said, she didn't wild out, like, you know what?
Yeah, she was cool.
Martyr almost brought the Keisha out of her. I'm not gonna lie. Like, once I came on there, it kind of simmered down. But Marty, what it is, you caught her off guard.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting that. I wasn't playing. Yeah, I told you how I'm gonna be once I'm fresh off this trip with the receipts. It's gonna be different.
Expecting that you so purdy, niggas. You so purdy. You're the most feminine thing I've ever saw. Like some Rugrats. like I'll pull up the clips of the last time dudes came on there, and I'll play the Rugrats theme. Then you come on. Then, you know, like I said, Marty. it's like straight out like some man.
Man, I need that clip.
She said, "Do you have?
There's too much black. There's too much black.
Do you have statistics?"
And Marty is like, you know, Marty came up here like
them out of time.
Oh shit! I'll tell you, I'm gonna cut this up. I don't know if I'll do it by tomorrow, but I'll have it done before the end of the week.
Have it at the end of the week. Yeah, it was one, and then, you know, she used to do coming up there. It's
And Ed, do you think the MCU did it on purpose that they had a black Kang?
No, I don't think because they got too financially invested in it. Like, Marvel has been taking hits with shit that ain't got nothing to do with black people. Like, you know, so
no. But do you think they did it for a joke so can they say I am king?
Oh, you talking about, like, I think so real talk. I think what it was is I think Jonathan Majors is 33 years old. So I've actually saw some interviews with him in the Yale thing and me doing the Jonathan Majors video, and Like I'll actually give you an example. And I think he's an incredible actor. And I think they said, yo, we can get on the ground floor with this and really do something with this. I really do believe they believe that. Let me see. Where's it at?
Yeah, but once again, it's for me, it's too perfect. Like, okay, we want Jonathan Majors. What kind of superhero are we giving him? I know. Let's give him Kang.
Yeah, because to do Kang, you got to be able to do a lot of different characters. So, well, yeah, I would like to hear like what came here. Where the fuck is this, man? Because I had it. It was like I don't care, you know. Let me see, desktop. Yeah, I got a lot of fucking images, right? Like this is what happens. Oh, here it is. King video. Let's see, Creed. Because I got the Creed shit. I got the King shit. Because I got this right here. I am King! I am King. No, but anyway, I had to be on Jonathan Majors, but it's fine. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. But I think they got a talent. I think they can get on the ground floor with and do a lot of different stuff with. It's really unfortunate. Like, I got a video coming out that's going to really it's going to be a catch-up video. So for people that's not really aware, like what happened, like kind of a little bit of who Jonathan Majors is, kind of what happened, and kind of what are my thoughts about what's going forward. He does have people that really, even non-black people, that Kareem was right, they really don't want to see him go down. And I don't know if it's more for the feminism stuff in general. And then when you look at this Marvels coming out, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if that's going to do well.
Maybe he can be a part of the new One Piece movie, because when he makes that Valentine's photo shoot, he looked like Don Flamingo, just black.
Yes, he did, actually. That's crazy. He did. That's wild.
Yeah, and what's it called? It did a lot of anime. You know, there was a lot of inspiration with Creed.
Yeah, Michael B.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, he's a big anime fan. Cause actually, his when he was in motherfucking not Wakanda, but you know, well, actually, yeah, when he was in the Black Panther movie, his outfit was inspired off of Vegeta. Like when he had the helmet at first, back in I think it might have been the first one.
No, I heard that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was inspired off of Vegeta, like the armor and everything he was wearing and all that stuff. It was inspired off of Vegeta's armor from Dragon Ball Z.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck is this? Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah. What is it? Oh yeah, I want to see what did this bitch say? Somebody said she said some crazy shit. Let's play this real quick.
The D tackle from Georgia just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 300.
Did y'all hear that?
No, I can't hear what she said.
She said, "Big dick, big guy, 6'3".
Wait, what?
All right, let's listen to it again.
From Georgia just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 300.
Hey, it's a white woman thirst for brothers, let her thirst for brothers.
There goes her white privilege card.
No, Ed.
They probably like, she's burning the coals. She's gonna pay the toll.
No, Ed, no. She only must say that after she get what she wanted. I'm a reformed Christian, and so white boys will fall all over again.
They do be doing that shit though. Where's this shit at? There's a blue pill. Hold on 1 second. All right. I can't find it. Fuck it. I got this shit so much everywhere. Anyway, so Chris, your final thoughts?
Yeah, man. Just I'm gonna go back and obviously, try to get the full synopsis of what happened. But
Right,
yeah, man. But watching it, as far as what I could gather so far, man, like JR, what I'm saying, he was obviously looking for smoke, and he put a mirror out here, and he gonna get her, into some ish that I don't think she really understands. So I understand why you say that a lot of Manosphere brothers don't be going up over on Lapeef. I get it, because if we start rolling up over there, all these different factions we start pulling up on Lapeef, bro, it's we gonna wind up tearing that shit down. So you know what I mean? So basically,
now, you should have seen when Logic came on BGS, because me and Chicago Gorilla got into
I think I seen that one. Yeah, because
I'm like, nigga, I'm not. You said beloved, and nigga, I've been in a lot of different places, nigga. That's
seen it. I caught
one
that.
step below calling me an F. I know black Muslims too, and they don't say that, not to me. So niggas, and but anyway.
No, you must understand, for some people in the Middle Eastern world, black Muslims are not real Muslims.
That's true. I've heard people say that they don't really recognize black Muslims like that, as far as like, you know, kind of like the whole mainstream, you know, understanding of how they carry it versus how they look at blacks and how they do their thing with it. They kind of
because we don't kiss the butt of the people in Saudi Arabia. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not Muslim, so that's not my fight.
but anyway, Mira she need to go ahead and she need to go ahead and chill on that, because when you speak the name, Passport Bros will show up. Like I said, salute to y'all for showing up over there, holding it down. Like, you know what I mean? Like Marty showed up, guns blazing, you know what I'm saying, ready to rock her ass. Like, you don't want the smoke, bitch. You don't want this. Like, yeah, I'm saying she wasn't ready, bro. She wasn't ready. Like, oh my God, black men are angry. Like, yeah, you don't know what to do either, do you? You better chill. So, you know what I mean? It was, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch and get a full understanding of it. And
she jumped in that Karen mode. You know, that jump into Keisha Karen. She was like, I don't know which one to pick. I'm in trouble. I don't know what to do.
Like, yeah,
she had no backup.
She looking at JR like, hey man.
Yeah, JR. She had no white knights there to save her. Wasn't no sisterhood there to save her. They set Amir up for the okie doke, because I'm just like, ain't nobody here to save you.
Type in, where's the Calvary? She's like, hey man, they all sleep.
Yo, everybody, it wasn't their shift. Like, all the white knights were sleeping. Like, everybody was off. So it's just like, yeah, they set you up because the wolves showed up.
Like, nigga, it's time to work, man. So you gotta come in for work. Yo.
Shit. So, but yeah, anyway, man, appreciate you for having me up, man. Dope show as usual, man. Keep doing the work, cuz. You and Marty, y'all keep doing the work, bro. Salute.
All right.
Appreciate it. Well, Marty's one of the next dudes, Passport Bro. So y'all need to start sharing this shit. I mean,
I see it.
Marty shooting his shit in 8K and only like 25
man.
watching it.
Big
Y'all all going
flex.
to hell. Like I told people I'm gonna have a poll tomorrow, like either tomorrow or Tuesday, saying I want dudes to watch his vlog, like the vlog he had, like condensing everything, and then go watch Passport Heavy and see who did it better. You know, $30,000 versus one cameraman with a man with, you should title it $30,000 video versus a man with a particular set of skills.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to peep that, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've been watching, I've been noticing, you know what I mean? I've been seeing Marty moving, I've been seeing him come up, you know what I'm saying, represent brothers who travel. I don't know if I want to use Passport Bros, because some niggas be getting in their feelings when you say Passport Bros, but just brothers who are out here traveling, brothers who are doing their thing, and seeing representation of brothers who are like, let me show you how this is just supposed to look. Let me show you how when you move with a certain level of class and a certain level of style, it's not all this. That's why I'm glad and salute to Marty for going up there and setting the record straight. And he came up there with a little bit of smoke, which was necessary, because when these people get out here and they spread this propaganda, we need to be in place to get ready to shoot that shit down, because we deal with enough as black men. And the last thing we need is more stones to be hurled at us that are just lies and propaganda. That's what I'm saying. Salute to brothers who are gonna get out here and be like, nah, man, it's a couple knuckleheads moving around doing some things, but that's not all of us, and we're not gonna allow you.
No, Chris, it's not that. It's not that, Chris. You must understand. We Africans are wondering for 50 years. Like there's nothing new about black men traveling. The problem is that we are Africans. We don't have the same kind of charisma and swag. So what their fear is, okay, the Africans are already out there, fucking our women, going around, doing business, getting rich. What happens when someone who actually understands the global consciousness, who actually has swag and more money? What happens when the alpha niggas go out? What happens then? That's what I try to stop you, because
it ain't. No, you're right, but it ain't even that many black men that's gonna be traveling.
No, but that's why I say it's not even many black Africans who are out there doing that shit. But it's a concept of it that they're scared of. Not that we're actually doing it, because we're doing it for 50 years. It's not a secret. It's nothing new. That's why I'm wondering why there's so much hype. Like, oh, black men are traveling. I think to myself, man, my grandfather was traveling. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And they have to kill the idea. Just like if anybody's seen John Wick, we watched John Wick 4. Ed, I think you said you've seen it. What was the biggest thing that the the was it the Italian dude or the what was he French dude? The French dude. What is the thing he said? He said, "Oh boy, his code dude was just like, all that bloodshed down there in Japan wasn't necessary." And he just was like, "No. The bloodshed was the point. I'm trying to kill the idea of John Wick and everything next to him. It wasn't about the blood. It was about everything near him. I'm trying to kill. They're trying to shut down the idea of black men traveling, being free, doing whatever we want to do. That's why I'm vehemently against the propaganda. And anybody who comes with loose lips talking some crazy shit, don't know what they talking about. Some brother that's the Passport Bros gonna roll up on you and check your ass. And it should come with a little bit of smoke
Look at
behind
these
it.
hoe ass niggas. Here goes this guy Hugh Guys. LOL, Marty getting sassy. He reminds me of those modern women saying not all are like that. Let's see, was it Joshua? Okay, y'all pandering. I'm not a Passport Bro, but I'm a black man that travels, and already I'm gonna have to withdraw my support. Hannah says, "Gas America. Amira actually is holding these hypocrites accountable. Watch them all drag her down. Like this is the audience. These are the type of niggas. Vladimir LMAO. Who is this goofy broad, man? People are really mad at black men traveling, living their lives. Okay." Michael Stitch said, there's going to be a lot of dudes trigger after this video. Not really, because we handled it. It'd be different if she would have said nothing. Nobody would be able to respond. Jet lag, world travel. Amira doesn't know anything about Passport Bros. And what is really going on is she doesn't know how to listen when her views are being. Nah, for the most part, she listened. Well, at least better than what a lot of black women would. Jarvis Taver, because he did try to throw that shit in at the end. Jamarvis Tarver. I totally understand what she is saying about foreign women, but the thing is, we can't pay Western women to even act like they like us. You can't even, that's how bad it's gotten. Yeah. Let me see. A swing and a miss. Amira, try again next time. This is the last two. Hack Empire. When you watch shit like this, you can clearly tell people really have a fucking problem with black men doing what they want in life. It's like people got a problem with black men being happy and not choosing to be stepdads. Jackson Moses said Amira is not submissive as she claims to be. Yeah, Marty stress. I'm sorry, calling Marty the stress tester. And that was a female. But yeah, man, it's crazy how you got these niggas like Hugh. Yeah, man, Marty said. I mean, when dudes use terms like there's nothing about Marty that is sassy. Niggas can try to play me about my voice, but the reality, Marty's a New York nigga. Like, nigga, are you serious? Just like how you can't say that shit about MTR. Like, you can get mad at some choices he makes, but like y'all niggas, like I can tell when niggas are just saying that. Oh, y'all just throw that out there because that gets burned. Oh, you're sassy. You're sassy. It's like, nigga. Say that to somebody's face and I'll be impressed.
Yeah, I wish they would. Yeah. Yeah.
Marty would come out with a fireman's axe that he didn't turn in, man. Be like backdraft. The fuck?
Yeah, any type of sideways talk. If she didn't come off like the way she did, I wouldn't have came out the gate like that. But she was on some. What did she say? She said, I asked her a question. She said, well, when you guys over there, just tell the truth and give the right explanation or something to that effect. I was like, who the fuck are you that you are owed an explanation?
Yeah, and then when we say over, and then this idea, and black men are not lying. Let's be clear here. Black men are not over there lying, telling these hoes they want to be married, and then they just fucking them and dipping. Get the fuck. Niggas are not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's, if anything, that's what them Europeans be doing. That's what them, like, there's an article that talks about black women traveling, they're traveling to get away from the toxic dating market. And that's what she says. Dude, she's like, I was in France and I fell in love with the men. One man told me that, I had to come across the street to tell you how beautiful you are. And if I died, knowing I did that, I'd be okay. I'm like, this was in the article. And I'm like, and it's a long article. That's why I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this video. Because that one I could do at any time. But the thing is, like, I've literally heard this chick by the name of Roy Cutno that she talks about black privilege in France. Now, if you African, you know how crazy that is. You know you're Nigerian, you uniquely know how crazy that shit is. And this woman, I will send you the clip. I will send you the clip of her saying this years ago on Boyce Watkins' channel. Yeah, there's actually black privilege in France, and like she stands on that.
No, it's not black privilege.
French
It's
slavery is not the same as British slavery because French
no.
slavery.
She confusing something. That is the typical French fuckboy. That is not black privilege. That means that he thinks you are easy.
No. What she's talking about is the environment. Like not even like just one person. She literally said, if you're a black woman, and she said black people to be fair, but if you're black people, she was talking about women, and you go to France, you will experience something called black privilege. Tell me I'm lying, and I will get you that.
Man, do you know something? Do you know something? Those kind of women, I would drag her on the hairs, on her fake weave, into the slums, into the no-go zones. Let's see how much black privilege she experienced then.
Yeah, like, and so but these are some of the attitudes that some of these people have, and she ain't even one of the worst ones. I know Jesse be like, oh, that beg the difference. So and she was on Voice Watch and stuff. I may go find a clip just to get it to you, just for shits and giggles. I may upload it as a short just and say this is for Snake Man. Somebody get it to him. You know, just so you can understand, I ain't making that shit up. But that's...
No, I believe you. Don't forget. I'm already under fire because I was hanging on panels where we were talking about black American female experience in West Africa, and they were mad about when the black female was trying to mouth off. Were trying to mouth off against a policeman in Ghana. Don't forget, the Ghanaians are the most open-minded to black Americans.
That's right.
That black Ghanaian police officer threw hands. God damn! He gave her a double sandwich with extra mayo.
Damn. Oof. That's tough,
I mean, the funniest thing is she went out of the car. You must understand that she went out of the car to confront the policeman who was arguing with another African.
And it's a threat. Click. Because ain't no woman come at me like that. Shit. Like, why did you hit her like that? Man, yo, I saw somebody in the peripheral. Ain't no woman I've ever seen in my life come at me like that. So, sorry, instincts kicked in. All right, y'all, it's been great. We've been ending this shit for like 30 minutes now. I wanted to make sure everybody got this shit.
Do you know what is funnier? Do you know what is funny? Is the other Africans the policeman was arguing to was saying, "Woman, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, woman? Leave me alone. Leave me alone, woman."
Yeah, well, as always, you know, they like to say the niggas ain't shit. But I'm gonna tell you, when they say niggas ain't shit, I say. Yo, the way they did him dirty in that movie. But real talk, yo, he had some lines in that movie. My favorite line that he had was when he said, "Are you gonna give it to me, or do I have to take it?"
Oh shit!
And because he got this thing with his mouth, but it's like, yo, this motherfucker. He said that to Michelle
Pfeiffer, right?
Yeah, he said, and then even the way Michelle Pfeiffer used to act towards this dude, it's like, yo, she liked the BBC, but yo, you don't want to know. And he went full nigga. I couldn't handle it. I just had to go. Yo, and then her husband came like a white knight because what they don't say in the movie is she was running from Kang when she found her husband who came in the quantum realm to get her at the end of, I think, Ant-Man 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she was running. See, they don't say that. Now she was running from Kang. It's like, bitch, where you coming? Give me that pussy. They don't think y'all my husband after 30 years.
The funny thing is, if you use your analogy, she found him broken and tried, I can fix him.
Then she found out who the real Kang was when she touched his mind. And she was like, "Oh shit!" And then the way like they chose to have him handle that, how he didn't just be on that I'm Kang. Like he said he was cool at first, and then when he realized, and then you could tell he was making a switch because he said, How are you gonna stop me? Like, I'm being nice, but are you serious? And then she got one up on him because she took the thing and made it smaller. And when he got mad, he had that blue energy, like, yeah. That was, man. I hope they keep him on. But
but I understand. It's a movie itself. I don't understand because Kang even said, yeah. If I'm done, conquering shit, I will leave you alone.
Yeah,
I would be good with
um,
that shit. I would be good. I like, hey, you interdimensional conqueror. You say we good? We good.
but hey, if there's hope for Ime Udoka, you know, we'll see. We'll see what can.
We'll see.
We'll see what y'all can make.
But
I got-
one thing I never understand about the movies is, even in the Quantum Realm, yeah, you defeated that one Kang. He always talks about that he was the one who got his ass whooped by the other Kang. So what did you actually achieve?
Well, the difference is the other Kangs had to gang up on him. That's the difference. Like the other council, like the other main ones, that's why they were saying, but we didn't kill him. Because at the end of the day, they were scared of him. He was probably the strongest individual one, but they all ganged up on his ass. That's how they got his ass. And that's why he was so mad. You know how it is with niggas, like you fighting another dude, and then you winning. And then they just start jumping you on. So next thing you know, like fight back. Yeah, you be mad. You mad? That's why. Yeah, that's why he said. That's why he said
them out of time.
This nigga that ass whoop. He was like, man, fuck you. Man. I'm taking him out of time, man. Fuck that. That's why he got them stars. And these niggas jumping. And then they left me on this bitch, and then this white bitch took my shit. And I was so listen.
Yeah.
But don't forget, I am Kang.
Oh yeah, that's like
I am Kang.
I'm gonna be using that one more for the road.
Ed, like I said, it's a movie
BGS, you
makers.
always think you right, but what you forgot is. Anyway,
I tell you, Ed, someone who did some movies, he's a troll. He's a troll. You cannot say to me that it's all a coincidence. Let's take a black man and say the line, "I'm Kang." Come on, man.
Man, he's got a couple of lines from Quantum Mania. Don't he? I gotta still check out Creed because I'm sure he got lines from Creed too. I'm sure he's got because I got photos. That's another
Man, I wish he still would be the actor because I wanted to know what kind of lines the Egyptian Kang would say.
Well,
Not I'm Kang.
The way they was playing Egyptian Kang was, to be honest, I'm not gonna say it was weird, but they were playing that kind of different. Because they were playing it more like a comedic character, but obviously that was in the thing. But anyway, let me go ahead and end this because these niggas are like, bruh, they trying to stick to the end, and they're like, bruh. And right at that, I found the video too, but whatever, it'll be all right. Anyway, y'all. All right, y'all. This is Edward. Appreciate the cash out to the super chats. You know, it's gonna be a bit. I will cut up like he said, man, fuck then they trying to be Dice SVU. Such a bitch muted. That's funny. I'm gonna get that music. But I'm gonna cut this up so y'all can kind of get bite sizes of it. And like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't like, you know, we basically checked that bullshit, but it wasn't like she got embarrassed or any goofy shit like that. But she got a good stress test. So I don't know. Shit. I didn't get stung, but the motherfuckers, I got burned. Like, shit, you know.
Nah, she's stress testing nothing. Let's hear her stress test after they got to Nigerian barbecue.
Because you already see it. You know, these chicks like, oh, I'm glad you're holding them hypocrites accountable. I'm like, what makes these dudes hypocrites? Like, I hate when people just say shit. They just say, even like when you say that white dude, he just saying random shit. When niggas just say shit.
Yeah, but that's white dudes. White dudes always say some retarded random shit.
They said, oh, here's a dude. Via Desmond said Amira really put Marty in the timeout. Yeah, man. She said she had to reset that shit.
That shit was
banished her into the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, she really didn't. And she brought him back, to be fair, but she said, I didn't. This is
She had
not
to take a quick break. She's like, oh my God. Whew.
These are not the droids
Yeah.
we're looking
Yeah.
for. These are not the typical stormtrooper ass simps.
And you know what got me in that zone? What we was talking, and then she goes on her little, you know, and then she says, "Do you have any thoughts?" And I just asked her exactly about what, because I like to be clear what I'm talking about, because apparently, like, you're missing what I'm saying here. So I asked her a question, and that's when she took me out. It wasn't even like I was arguing.
Yeah, you asked her the question about have you ever like personally seen this stuff, and Yeah, and that's a legitimate question, because the truth is, the real question folks are gonna ask is if you ever dated black men, because you got a lot to say about black men. And you
That's
never,
my
I mean,
point. It's
like
like
we were nice. Like Marty asked the nice question.
You know she cannot say it directly. It's not haram.
I don't. Well, my thing is, I don't know. Like, okay, so I get that, but if you're married, I mean, I get it. But my thing is, because think about it. What you're always here, not always, but she's in a conversation around black men, talking about black men. That in of itself indicates a lot. Not that she's ever dated it, but if you're somebody that's married and you're looking at that, why are you even over there with them about something like this? That
because she misses the energy, but because she is Lebanese, she cannot outright tell you that, Ed. Because her simp husband would get that ancient book out.
Said the ancient book. He said, no. What Snake Man is talking about is that particularly heavy version of the book that you smack somebody with. He said, yeah.
It's a golden bro.
My mother said I had to pull this one out in the first 3 years. Boom, you drop it and then the whole desk kind of pops up a little bit. So I've checked your YouTube history and I've seen way too many blacks on it. But I'm not about to do no log out bar, no bullshit like that to be disrespectful.
No, don't do that. I just tried to explain to you because it's weird for me, because if she is Lebanese, there should be no black thought on her mind at all. Like who's the black people? Like in the north we have Assyrian and Turkish people, in the south we have also Arabs. Like where do the black people come into the equation?
Okay, so we're gonna have to pull out the Ottoman book. So you're gonna have to be re-educated. Like I'm gonna have to go old. Oh, you talk about old school for your ass. I'm about to go Ottoman on your ass.
I know that there are a lot of black Ottomans. They always make the jokes when they talk to the European.
Yeah, so.
And the Moors too.
Yep.
I know a little bit history, but I don't know everything about everything, because you can't, But but when motherfuckers talk about Uzbek, like I can't believe that Uzbekistan, like the fuck, like
yeah.
Like I said, she basically said to you in the Arab language, go to the trailer trash to the swamps. Because no one in their right mind would say, hey, you want some quality women? Go to Uzbekistan. Like, what the hell? Why should I go to steppe desert mountain people?
Damn.
You see that bullshit? That's what I'm saying, man. I tell you, like I keep telling y'all, we got Black Mind, who's got a channel. We got subject matter experts everywhere. Y'all niggas be. That's why I like niggas. Man, you go beloved. Man, people be shooting. Piece of Ottoman. Yeah, people be shooting, and it's kind of like you do it in a way that you're not gonna pick up on it. So it's like, oh, she's so fit. It's like when people speak Spanish and they like probably say some goofy shit, like you got a Pinot or something like that, and then she's speaking Spanish. That's so sexy. Not knowing you getting played. I'm not that nigga, because I can pick up on shit, But anyway, it's good. So anyway, y'all, it's been a great stream. Appreciate it. Like, also make sure y'all check out Chris Strongard's channel. I'm gonna share him as well. He actually had an appearance on the last Frustrated with Al Griggs. Make sure y'all check that out. So yeah, he is a passport bro. Obviously, y'all know what it is with Marty. Hopefully, when Marty gets his stuff up, folks can have real conversations, because Chris don't have a problem with camming up either. He was hell. He's on the fucking documentary. So maybe he show up in fucking 4K and shit, like 8K. Marty's 8K shit. Marty with his 64 gigabyte MacBook. This niggas are trying to play me yesterday, talking about I had an old computer. I had a baby boomer computer, man, because my shit was freezing. I was like, fuck y'all niggas. Even BGS, like, yeah, man, you nigga, you need to get a whole motherboard.
Yeah, I heard that they was roasting your ass. They
was crying. I told them straight like that. I said, I know exactly what the fuck I need. I need an IP, and I said I would tell y'all which i7, but y'all niggas gonna try to play me. And he said, and I eventually said it anyway. I was like a 2700. Like, nigga, what? Because what y'all don't know, this is what y'all don't know. Educate y'all. You're like, nigga, that's some nerd shit. When you hear 2700 or 3340, the first number is the generation. So FYI, we're in, like, I believe the 12th generation of these I motherfuckers, like i7 and shit. So basically, I'm talking about I need a second generation like i7. So niggas are like, what? So that's where them trying to roast me, at least on that computer.
Ed, your things are good. It's better than Mr. C's.
Oh yeah, this shit get it done. Like I said, I was proud of myself. I asked BGS 2 weeks ago, can I vacuum the computer? Because when I first opened it up, that shit was dusty as fuck. You want to talk about dusty ass computer? I vacuumed that bitch. I need a. But anyway, it's been great, y'all. So with that being said, this is Edward signing off.
I am king.